Well, well, well. The Cowboys scrimmaged the Rams. And I don't even know if we can say the Cowboys scrimmaged the Rams. Because I don't think the Cowboys scrimmaged the Rams as much as the Cowboys actually schooled the Rams. The Dallas Cowboys, last year when we saw them scrimmage the Rams, they looked like they didn't know what they were doing. They looked like they didn't know if they were coming or going. But contraire, my friend, this year, we're gonna have to start calling the Dallas Cowboys the Bully Boys, because they not only passed the test on this scrimmage, they absolutely bullied the Los Angeles Rams. Let's talk Cowboys. Oh yeah, we're about to talk facts. What is going on, Cowboys Nation? What is going on? Somebody forgot to give the Dallas Cowboys the memo. Somebody forgot to tell the Dallas Cowboys that this was merely a scrimmage and that the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. Welcome, 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 Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I am the G. I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And as you come into this live stream, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we go live or post another video, and we are live. And if you haven't become a channel member, subscriber yet, what in the world are you waiting on? We have a lot of great content coming up on this channel this season. Now let's talk facts. Cowboys fans, I know it was a scrimmage. I know Myles Garrett was missing. I know, as the old song goes. But I'll tell you this, Cowboys aren't giving the doggone. The Cowboys came out against the Rams and they were out for blood. They were out for blood. The Dallas Cowboys did exactly what I said they should do. Come out there and make a point. Punch the Rams in the mouth. I don't care what the Rams think it is. The Cowboys have to let them know what it is. And the Cowboys are saying something. They're not taking nothing lightly. Nothing. They're not even taking a scrimmage lightly. That's what I want to see. The Cowboys are about that business. They are about that business, y'all. Hold on. Man, let me tell you what the show gonna be about today. I actually got stuff that's not even on the list that we're gonna talk about today. It is so much to talk about, man. If I don't get to it all today, we're gonna get to it tonight on Cowboys After Dark. Well, let me tell you what we're gonna be talking about today. So, if you're not hyped up enough, I gotta get you hyped up in case you didn't realize it, but the Cowboys released the sounds from the sideline, and they had Ryan Flanoy mic'd up, not for the game today, I wish they would have, but they had him mic'd up for the practice, I believe, one day last week. So, we're gonna listen to Ryan Flanoy mic'd up, Brian Schottenheimer presser, Dak presser, 105.3 The Fan, camp questions and answers. Did they pass? Sean McVay, Jones and Wingo, plays of the day, X-Style. We got so much to talk about it. Man, let's just get this show started. Let's go. Man, I'm with you, Katharina Kiss. I am totally, boy, I am totally hyped up. Hold on a sec. Gotta do a little bit of house cleaning here. All right. I am telling y'all, this show is absolutely loaded today. Absolutely loaded. Absolutely loaded. So many things to talk about. So many things to talk about. I can't get this show started without getting the roll call. What is going on? Let's see who's in the chat. What is going on, John Henry? John Henry. Remember that song, Old John Henry? What up, John Henry? Good to see you. Crazy Cowboys 72 in the building. What up? Frank Lawrence in the building. What's going on? Blaine in the building. It is Jabril Quinn. What is going on? Quinn said best channel on YouTube. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Best channel on YouTube. Appreciate you being a part of it, Jabril Quinn. Man, we on this journey, bro. What's going on, Jacob Jackson? Thomas Goldring, what is going on? What is going on with y'all today? Lynn from the 903 in the building. What is going on? Yes, sir. Hey, go ring. Can't stop, won't stop. Appreciate you. Katharina Kiss, what is going on? Poobie D in the building. Now, I do notice a lot of y'all are on the mobile view. You can actually go into the settings. I think you can hit the three dots or whatever the case may be. You can get out of the mobile view and go to the regular view if you want to. What is going on, Michael Barnes? Robert Dudley in the building. What's going on, Katharina Kiss? You excited? I know I am. What up, Blakey? Good to see you. With them boys in the building, what's going on? Edward Brazier, what up? Everett, what's up? Marvin Mays, what's up? The Queen, what's up? Jeremy Betts, what up, Jeremy Betts? How's it going today? Let's see here. Let me keep going. Kippy! Kippy's in the building, y'all. What up, Kippy? Dolores Ennis, what is going on? Good to see you. Let's keep this thing rocking. Chef Pope, what up? It is Chuck Dunaway. What up, Chuck Dunaway? Doomsday Cowboys. I think the Doomsday defense may be loading Doomsday Cowboys. What's going on, Deshaun? 824. Jason Farley, what's going on? Good to see you. Will the Fourth in the building. What up, Will the Fourth? Howard Karn, what's going on? Lamont Travis, what's going on? Duck Face, what up, Quack Quack? I'm taking them all the way back to BET. What's going on? Lonnie Cabal in the building. Richard Villegas in the building. What is going on? What's going on, Gab Mo? What's going on with y'all? Hail Mary in the building. What's up, Larry Hunter? Ruffin 385. Are you related to anybody from the Temptations? What's going on, Ruffin? Funny old dog in the building. The lunatic in the building. What is going on? Mark Davis, best smelling man on YouTube. Now, I'm saying that not because I smell Mark Davis. Mark Davis has a fragrance channel, and man, he got a collection second to none. What's going on, Mark Davis? Carl Williams in the building. What is going on? Gwen Bowden, praying all is well with you and the family. What is going on? Ronan the Voice in the building. Mo Eddie. What up, Mo Eddie? Good to see you. Timothy Johnson, he said it's your boy. What up, Timothy Johnson? In the building, Michael Lee. Ruby Sweet. What is going on, Ruby Sweet? Enoch Taylor. Aaron Odom. What is going on? Timothy Johnson said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout Man, what up, Shout Man? Douglas Harrison is back in the building. Gab Mo is in here. What's going on? Stephen Lark is in the building. My man Robert Dudley, what up, Robert Dudley? What is going on? Ken Trail, please, what is going on? Good to see you in the building. Man, good to see everybody in the congregation today. Gregory Davis, Derek Jones, what up, Derek Jones? Gerald Jackson, what's going on? Gerald Jackson, the boy standing on business, man. Brock, what's going on? Michael Lee, yes, sir. Hey, I'm watching this preseason game like it's the first regular season game of the season. Football fanatic in the building. Derek Tatum, what's going on? Yeah, man, I think we on to something. Cowboy Rob, what's going on? Gene Ward, Davion Wallace in the building. What's going on? Nathan Too Tough in the building. Good to see you. It is none other than Rose. Rose, I'm with you, man. We looking good, bro. Washington. Poking Bees. What up, Poking Bees? Poking Bees, hey, they was acting up, Poking Bees. What up, Eric Folks? Good to see you. All right, man, I'm about to get this thing started in just a second. Bernard Fields, what's going on? Raven Richards, Edward Frazier, any kin of Smoking Joe Frazier. What is going on? What's going on, Money Rizzo? D. Cuz Worley's in the building. Yes, sir. What is going on? Keith George, good to see you. Lord Nova, it's time to lock in, Lord Nova. Time to lock in. Hey, Edward Frazier, they got Barron last year. Man, I heard a lot of good things about Barron last year. Yes, sir. What's going on, D. Mutak Kabar? I know I messed it up, but good to see you in the building. All right, we about to get this thing started. EVD15, Demetrius Noel, what's going on? Miss Matrix! What is going on, Miss Matrix? Miss Matrix, they told him that they couldn't film, but DallasCowboys.com got a few clips. And I'm gonna read, what we're gonna do today is we're gonna react to the summaries, Miss Matrix. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. So we're gonna do what we can do. What's going on, April Showers? We them boys. All right. Carlito Cash in this thing. Carlito Cash, you want a pawn shop? You want a pawn shop, or do you give, or do you give loans? Oh, Ruffin, you ain't kidding. Ruffin, David Ruffin. What's going on? I'm the Go 43. He said 15-2 is loading. Let's go. What's going on, Suge? What's going on? All right, this is the last pass through on this music. Andre Fields. What's going on, Roy Pleasant? Melvin Thomas, Q Ball, what is going on? Good to see everybody in the building. What's going on? Amber Soprano. Hey, do you like The Sopranos, Amber Soprano? One of my favorite shows of all time. Mendoza, what is going on? Alex Hubbard in the building. Jersey Boy TV is in this thing. What is going on? Q-Town dude, what is going on? Man, I appreciate all of y'all being here. Hey, Everett, man, the Doomsday might be back, man, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna let them name it. They might name it something just off the chain. Brandy says, hey, my loves. Brandy, was you at the practice today? All right, Jeanette Collins is in the building. All right, let's get this thing going, man. Blake Strange, Lloyd Thomas, Dennis Hendricks, everybody else will get you when you come in. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Man. Best chat on YouTube. Yeah, we got a packed crowd today, Blaine. To God be the glory. Let's keep on packing the house, man. Hey, if you want to hear all of the latest Cowboys news, you have come to the right place. I have scoured all of the latest news to bring you the news that you don't want to snooze to. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on. The Cowboys, let me tell you something. The Cowboys, we've been watching them practice against each other. Miss Matrix, we ain't gonna just, Miss Matrix, we ain't gonna hype us up too high. But, Miss Matrix, I like what I saw today. You tell me, or I like what I heard today and everything everybody's been saying. I like it. Let me read these super chats, and then we're gonna, man, if y'all think we were hyped up before, we're going to get hyped up some more, because we're going to listen to Ryan Flanoy before we get into all of today's news. Jacob Jackson, appreciate that super chat. Jacob Jackson said, to the rest of the league, please take notice. We're playing bully ball again. We're causing terror this year, and you can book it. G-Voice. Yes, sir. Jacob Jackson. Again. We're still in the preliminary stage. But what I'm seeing so far, wide receivers, we're not running wide open. Running backs, were not running through the Grand Canyon. Big plays, didn't hear about a lot of big plays. 4 sacks recorded, multiple interceptions. This Christian Parker defense, even in its most basic form, they didn't even game plan in their most basic form. It looked good. It looked good. Everything I heard from Voch Lombardi and others, it looked good. Byron Joe DeVede, he said, Parker is the real deal, that he's giving us a whiteboard that's good defensively, that isn't a lineman. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the guy who we're talking about, I think he's actually black and white. But, to me, if you're black and white, contrary to what other people say, man, you can claim whatever race you want to, man. You claim whatever race you want to. But yeah, Byron Joe DeVede, yeah. And that guy people were talking about, Justin Barron, a lot of people were talking about him last year when the Cowboys picked him up. Star Guardian X, yes, defense passed the test. Did. Absolutely. Star Guardian X says Sean McVay even gave Christian Parker the nod on the D. Star Guardian X. I'm not going to leave y'all without even Sean McVay talking about the Cowboys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sean McVay even felt a different energy today. He even felt a different energy practicing against the Cowboys. Man, Cowboys was out there like it was a playoff game today, bro. Hey, man, we got a team with a different mentality. And I told y'all before, quarterbacks act different when they think they got a defense. I'm going to let y'all hear Dak Prescott. Man, Dak Prescott is acting up out there, bro. Dak Prescott is acting up out here, man. He acting up. What's going on, Javon? Good to see you. He said, yeah, I think Garrett was fine, but I think the last time TG Guyton handled him last time they met when Garrett was in Cleveland. Hey, Javon, let me tell you something. I mentioned this about 2 weeks ago. Something going on with Myles Garrett. Now, the Rams, I'm not going to go too far. The Rams are being cautious, I believe. Myles Garrett was held out of this scrimmage because of swelling in the knee. Swelling in the knee. I'm not going to necessarily keep my eyes on this because he don't play for the Cowboys. But I am going to be glimpsing at this because we're going to be playing them in December. I'm just telling you, something is up. Something is going on. Myles Garrett knee has been sore, not just 1 week. It's been about 3 weeks. Well, everybody be penciling you into the Super Bowl because of you went and got Myles Garrett. Okay, we're going to see what it is. We're going to see what it is. All right. Let's get this party started with sounds from the sideline, y'all. It is time for sounds from the sideline. It sounds like football season is officially in. It sounds like football season is in. Y'all ready for sounds from the sidelines? Let's get this thing rocking, man.
Yes! Here we go!
That's good. Thank you, Lord. Still mic me up? Or?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Where do I meet you at?
Oh, no, they already did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, what's up, yeah?
Capturing us having this conversation.
Oh, really? Hey, I'm hot. I'm hot today. Say what you want. Say what you want, but I'm snitching. You still got that rash?
What? You better not be mic'd up.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Hey, watch out for hook.
You still got that rash cream?
Yeah, I got you. I'll bring it to you. All right.
I see you flow.
Hey, Joe, you still got that rash?
You still
got that rash?
Trey got that cream for you.
You still need that rash cream?
Yeah, it's gone. You took care of it.
You took care of that shit?
Flo out here straight snitching on people, man.
There you go, right there.
Oh, you mic'd up? Oh. Get busy, man. Let's get better today. TV on 3, 1, 2, 3.
TV. All right.
Let's do it.
Get back to it. When you go through, I don't care if you walk to the cone.
Just go out fast.
When you break, like I'm racing to the next.
Bro, out here snitching on them quick.
Good. I like it.
What is it? Them Starbursts? Is them Starbursts? I know the mini Starbursts. Though. Hey, don't tell me on the good side. Oh, and these the good ones. The tropical ones.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
Oh! Oh! Boy, that's on Kobe Durant, man. Let's rewind that. That was a route, bro. That was a route by Flo. Check this route out, man. What? Oh! Kobe Durant.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, wee! That boy Flo been working, man.
You're not coming back in. So we ran. I was like, all right.
Yeah, but I rushed it. All right, but
You could have like see you be doing a good job. He be coming up.
coming up, yeah. When I did this, I seen you give me the outside.
Yeah, I was like.
So I'm like,
we gonna either
fuck,
run.
I'm gonna take it. Fuck it.
We gonna run.
All right, you don't want a foot race. So what you want to say to the people? Yeah, what you want to say to
1,000-yard season loading. 1,000-yard season loading. What's up, Stephen White? What's up? What's up, Bantu Brick? What's going on? Good to see you.
people? Who you want to snitch on?
I'm not touching on anybody. God is good.
Good. For what? Why? For what? What you?
What's up, NFL Network? I love you, right? NFL Network. NFL Network.
Hey.
NFL, y'all heard AI? Y'all.
We want to chill at practice, man.
He want to chill at practice.
Work, man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man.
He want to chill at practice.
Chill at practice.
Come close. He talking about, look, he talking about practice. Y'all heard AI? Practice.
I'm a what? What'd you say?
Rat.
We got him, guys. Handshakes and hugs.
Oh, man.
Finish. Yes, sir.
Finish.
You good?
That's how we build this thing. That's how we do it together. But I love the way we competed. That was the message. Okay?
What you doing? That's my helmet. What you doing? That's fine. What's up, dude? That's my helmet? Whose helmet is that? That's your dad's helmet?
Whatever you do, play his position. Don't play mine.
He just had a birthday, didn't he?
Yeah, like 3 days ago.
Oh, you had a birthday? You had a birthday? Good job. Look, look. Boom. You had a birthday? Hit the hand. Boom. I really need to work on.
Ready? Here we go.
Oh, my fault.
I'm gonna give you that.
All right.
Here we go. Shot. That's what we kept getting over there with the tight end, too.
You want some too, Kevin?
Flo is putting in work, y'all. Flo is putting in work. Yeah, Flo putting in work, man. 1,000-yard receiver loading, man.
What's something you need to work on? Like press-wise.
It's not even work on anything. It's just get more used to it.
Yeah, reps. Nah, that's real. That's good.
Boy, that boy Flo been working, man. And working out.
Good, bro. Keep being great. Yeah, what's good? Yeah, for sure. Anybody want a rip glove? Want a rip glove?
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, I caught a lot of passes in now.
Thank you so much.
Get off.
There you go.
Yes, yes, and yes. Ryan Flanoy. Yeah. Ryan Flanoy getting us warmed up today, man. Ryan Flanoy, great story. You know, we are really blessed to have Ryan Flanoy. Is it not insane? Do y'all realize last year the Dallas Cowboys cut Ryan Flanoy? The Cowboys cut Ryan Flanoy. Ryan Flanoy entered into free agency. It is an absolute blessing from God that this dude is still on the team. I guarantee you he wouldn't. I guarantee you they wouldn't pull that this year. It would. I guarantee you he wouldn't stay out there 30 seconds. Ryan Flanoy wouldn't stay out there 30 seconds. You know, it's funny, Amber Soprano. Amber Soprano. You know what? You said something here. Hold on a second. Let me see something. You said, Amber Soprano says that Ryan Flanoy is possibly Dez Bryant 2.0. You know, it's funny you said that. Hold on a second. It's funny that you said that, Amber Soprano. Let me see if I can go back just for a moment. Hold on. Now, Amber Soprano, I've had this channel about a little over a year, maybe two. I'm probably going into year two. I guess I can't really figure out how it's figured in. But Amber Soprano, you want to know what's funny? Let me show you what I posted on this channel when I first started. Look at this. Why Ryan Flanoy may be the best third receiver on the Cowboys team. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Way back in the gap. And then I said, Overshown, Revel Jr. and Flanoy set for a breakout season. This was 3 weeks ago. Let me go further back. Look at this. Amber Soprano, did you just say that he was Dez Bryant 2.0? I said last year, Ryan Flanoy for the Dallas Cowboys is who? I said he was the new Dez Bryant. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. You can call me a prophet if you want to, Amber Soprano. That was me. Takeaway number 5. Flanoy. Flanoy for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, yeah, he's going to be fantastic. I think we're going to be looking at him not only deep into the season where he's going to become a factor. Jalen Tolbert, I've talked about it before. Jalen Tolbert, he needs to really make an impact this season because he can be the complementary receiver to CeeDee Lamb that the Dallas Cowboys need. But I'm not going to count out Flanoy. Flanoy is so extremely talented. A lot of people say he's kind of like Dez Bryant, but as talented, and I'm telling you, Dez Bryant is from East Texas. I'm from East Texas. And Dez Bryant was a beast. I think Dez Bryant, though, was done a disservice because they would not develop Dez Bryant in the way that Dez Bryant should have been developed. Dez Bryant was nothing but raw talent. There's probably not been but a handful of receivers that's ever been more talented. Strength, speed, size, hands. Dez was an absolute beast. But they got Dez Bryant to the point to all they wanted Dez Bryant to do was slants, go routes, jump balls. Dez Bryant was way more talented than that. Dez Bryant, if they would have trained and worked with him, Dez Bryant could have worked the route tree easy. He was super talented. That's why he was out the league way, way too early. And I don't fault Dez for that. I fault the Cowboys for that because I remember Dez even talking about that in the past. Dez Bryant was a beast. And I'm saying this because Flanoy got some Dez Bryant in him. He got some Dez Bryant in him. And I think he has the piece that they never developed in Dez Bryant. He's got the route running. And you got to think we're in a different age now. I mean, even when Dez Bryant was coming up, Dez Bryant was raw talent. I mean, these kids coming up today, they're working with the footwork king. I mean, they got their own personal coaches they're working with and showing them how to run routes, footwork, and all kinds of stuff. So you can tell he's one of these new product wide receivers, and he's got the skill set. He's got the skill set. Now, I don't think he's quite the physical raw. Amber Soprano, sound a little bit familiar? This was me almost 2 years ago. It hasn't quite been 2 years. Almost 2 years ago. I was already saying this about Ryan Flanoy. Yeah, I was already saying it. Specimen like Dez Bryant was. But he's got some of that. And I think that this guy, Flournoy, is going to be an absolute beast. Just go look at his highlights. This guy's a monster. And he's showing flashes. He's showing flashes. And I'm sure the coaching staff is looking at it. Flournoy, shoe in to make the team. Better watch out. Flournoy might be 4th on the depth chart. And before you know it, he might be alternating in and out with a 3 and the 2 in the slider on the outside. Flournoy, he's going to be one to watch. Oh, yeah, that was me. You call me a prophet if you want to. Yeah, that was me, Elvis Soprano. That was me before the fancy studio, the paint job, all that stuff. I was already saying this about Ryan Flanoy. I was already saying this. I knew the moment I saw Ryan Flanoy, I was like, man, this dude is different. He different. And the only thing he need to do, Booba D said I was 25. Booba D said I was 25 in that video. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, man, I was already saying this stuff about Ryan Flanoy. I was already saying this stuff. And now with the work that he's putting in, Ryan Flanoy is going to be even better. Iceberg Slim, I like the comparison. Tony Hill too. Yeah. Rico Jones said that boy G good. I appreciate that. Yeah, I get the reference. Yeah. Marcus Moncherio, Flo is a great example of seizing an opportunity. He got cut, realized the opportunity he actually had, and turned it all the way up and took that thing. And you know what's so crazy, Marcus Moncherio? And Jalen Tolbert not even on the team. Jalen Tolbert not even on the team. Jalen Tolbert, he not even on the team, man. Not even on the team. Yeah, Bantu Brick, he said, man, it's cool to see a flashback in your studio, man. He said you moved up like the Jeffersons, man. Yeah, well, there was nothing in here, man. I think I even had a piece of trash back there on the floor in the corner back in the day. I didn't even realize it. Yeah, man. Brian Worley said, gee, you was new to the game in that video. I sure was. But I'd already recognized Ryan Flanoy, man. I had already recognized Ryan Flanoy. Hallelujah in the building. What up, Hallelujah? Gene Ward, what's going on? Darren Posey, what is going on with you, my brother? What's going on? Good to see you. All right. So let's move on to our next topic, man. We got so much to cover here. I'm going to try to keep it moving. Today. The next thing is Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer today had a few things to say about the presser. And I told y'all about this dude, man. I told y'all about Brian. Brian is doing something that I haven't seen anybody do. And I've told y'all this. I've not seen anybody do this since Jimmy Johnson. This dude is the first actual coach of the team. And Brian Schottenheimer is doing this. When you just look at the way he's doing it. He's already been told that he wouldn't be the coach here if he wasn't calling the plays. But what he is really doing is very, very powerful. He's allowing Clayton Adams, and we're going to talk about that more as we talk about this Rams scrimmage. Because if you don't think that made a difference, he didn't call the plays today. And I think Shotty is doing this by design. I think this is Shotty's way of everything that he has new, this is Schotty's way of not showing it to nobody. By allowing Clayton Adams to call some of the practices, allowing Clayton Adams to call the scrimmage. And I told y'all before, I'm not going to be surprised if Clayton Adams calls at least one of the preseason games. This is Brian Schottenheimer's way, it seems to me. This is Brian Schottenheimer's way of keeping a lot of the things that he's going to do under wraps. Because I guarantee you, that defense today would have been way more, it would have been way more passes today. It would have been way more passes today had Brian Schottenheimer been calling the plays. But I think he's doing this by design. I believe he's doing this by design. And we'll hear more about it, but once again, he's not calling the plays. And I noticed also, because remember, Christian Parker is running a variation of the defense. Seahawks, Rams, Green Bay, a lot of these teams that we're going to be seeing this year, they are running. And Brian is making it his business to keep a very close eye on everything Christian Parker is doing. Now, I don't think he's doing that because he doesn't think Christian Parker knows what he's doing. I really believe what Brian is trying to do is really figure out this defense. Really figure it out. So that when he sees these teams this season, he'll already have so many things game plan for him. I mean, this is genius what he's doing. I mean, if you can't beat them, join them. Go get a defensive coordinator that runs some of the same types of defenses that have been stopping the Cowboys. Go get that defense coordinator and you study and you study and you study. And what your goal is that if you can figure out how to beat Christian Parker, oh, you're going to beat a whole lot of teams. Gonna beat a whole lot of teams. So Brian Schottenheimer, man, I think this is by design what he's doing. He's not calling the plays. And I think that's one of the reasons why they've been doing some of the things that they're doing, not calling the plays. And I even think it's kind of funny, even in some of the practices, not calling the plays necessarily against Christian Parker. Rather, letting Clayton Adams install the plays, call the plays, let him get his feet wet at calling plays, while at the same time closely watching how Christian Parker is responding to everything that he's doing. Man, I'm telling y'all, Brian Schottenheimer, he's shaping up to be, like a great coach. Last piece I need to see is what is his play calling going to look like this year? But it looks like he's finding a way to not let the NFL, to not even let us know what is he doing. And I think that's going to pay dividends. I think it's going to pay dividends. Let me read a couple comments, then we're going to get right into listening to what Shotty is doing. JCT Slice is in the building. JCT, what's going on? Katharina Kiss said, hit that like button. I agree. Let me read these last couple comments here. Hallelujah. He said, I think Shotty simply wants to see if we are or you can't stop us from running, even if you know we're doing it, team, so he can know how to call things moving forward. Hallelujah. I'm telling you. This man is playing chess, bro. This man is absolutely playing chess. Pooba D says Shotty wanted to focus on everyone out there today. Yes. Playing chess. Appreciate the 007 Wilson. Playing chess, man. Shotty. Boy, I'm telling you, I don't even think the Joneses, I don't even think they knew they were going to get what they're getting from Shotty. And I think where Shotty shocked everybody last year is when he stepped in that room with Matt Eberflus. That's when I knew Shotty is the real deal. He ain't playing. He's not about to let Matt Eberflus dictate his stint with the Cowboys. Went in there and outworked him. And again, for as hard as Christian Parker works, you know who's working harder? Brian Schottenheimer. Got to give him credit, man. Got to give him credit. JCT Slice said, Hurts steals 0 TD passes in the Eagles camp. From what I'm hearing, things aren't going well, but the 3 and 4 letters are talking about it. Don't worry, he won't be able to hide when the season starts. Tommy Solo, what up? Bazzy 9 in the building. What's going on? Yeah, hey, D-Cuz Worley. I totally agree with you. Dak Prescott's going to make a reference to this in just a moment. We'll listen to Dak Prescott. Read a couple more comments. Doomsday said, gee, this offense is probably going to be number 1 or number 2 in the league, and Jerry Jones has built a heck of a roster. It's time for the people to give this man credit. And Doomsday, you know what's going to be, let's just say the Cowboys are number 3. But that number 3 is not going to look the same simply because I believe it's going to be more efficient. Red zone success. That's the key. And that's what they worked on today. Yeah, D-Cuz Worley. Yeah, Jerry finally stopped building the NFL and finally got back to building his own team. Hail Mary, it feels like the Cowboys have a legit head coach. Yes. 70s Fans Show, what's going on? Iceberg Slim, I think Shotty's trying to hide that playbook this year, man. Hey, it's a good thing. All right, this is Brian Schottenheimer. Let's check him out.
Starts off. Brian, just your overall thoughts after this joint practice now that it's wrapped up.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm always appreciative of Sean and the entire Rams organization. We just have a great relationship. We work well with them. They're first class all the way. Probably helps a little bit that I was in the Rams organization many moons ago, but really good work. Chippy at times between 2 very competitive football teams. So love the work. We'll go back and see the film. I know Justin Barron had a great day. But overall, I thought I was very pleased with the work.
What did you make of what your offense was able to do?
Again, we're pretty talented. I thought, again, we spread the ball around pretty well. They're a very good coverage unit. There's a lot of similarities with what they do defensively to what we do. But I thought we spread the ball around pretty good. I thought George had a really good.
See my point again? See my point? You can't beat them. Join them. Yeah. No. One of the ways, and we took this for granted, one of the ways your offense gets better is when you have a good defensive coordinator. Yeah, when you have a good defensive coordinator. The Rams run a similar system as Fangio, Parker, and these other coaches. So again, there is method to this man's madness. 1, he's not showing people what he's calling. 2, he can watch everything that's going on, evaluate all the players. 3, he can really learn the ins and the outs of what makes this defense tick and how can he beat it. Do y'all remember the problem we had when about 5 years ago? We couldn't find a way to really shut down Kyle Shanahan. We could limit him, but we couldn't shut him down. The key to beating these teams with this style of defense, you got to figure out how to shut them down. You have got to figure out how to shut them down and score points on them. Because I'm telling you, man, these types of defenses, they'll take you into the deep in the playoffs, and they'll hold you to 13 points. You got to figure out ways. How do you score on these defenses? Everything that Brian Schottenheimer is doing right now is so well calculated. Tatiana, what's going on? Good to see you, my sister. Yeah, what's going on, Jake Kendricks Williams? He said if the Knicks can win the championship, the Cowboys can win one too. I believe it. I've been saying it, though, since last year. Been saying it. 70s Fans Show, he said, yeah, we're going to talk about Barron in just a moment. Yeah, Ron Mack said, I believe Shotty's making sure he can focus on the offense, overseeing everything in camp. He'll be able to pick teams apart as well as our offense so we can see that in the games. He going to be able to pick defenses apart, bro. He is. Brian, what he's doing, I'm telling you, this man is playing chess, man.
day, and overall I was pleased with the way we moved the line of scrimmage.
Even though you have a lot of new guys on the defense, Overshown has just talked about, hey, we remember what happened to us last year
Sure.
in this scrimmage. How big was that to say our defense will be a lot better, especially against this?
Yeah, I mean we're a different defense. You guys know that. I mean you can look at us on paper and see we're a different defense. Having practice against us every day, the mentality and the mindset of the defense is different. So I think that's great. They challenge you a lot of different ways. They're a very, very physical run team. They run the hell out of the duo play where they just gap things down, and the ball usually bounces to corners and Kyron Williams, and those guys are very physical. Matthew Stafford's got an unbelievable ability to get the ball out of his hand fast, so they're hard to get home on. But
what up, Mikey?
A few guys jumped out today. Quinnen Williams, I think we probably should keep that contract. I think that was a good contract for us. Thrilled about him. What he's brought to this team from a leadership standpoint can't be talked about enough. He wanted to be here. It was all part of the grand scheme. We had the big trade to try to figure out something like that, and couldn't be happy enough for them. But
Wait. Don't let that go by you. Don't let that slip by you. There is a clip out there, and I didn't get it. I'm gonna see if I can find it here in just a moment. Don't you discount what Shotty just said. They are indirectly, and sometimes you just can't help but tell the truth, but they are indirectly taking shots at Michael Parsons. He said this was the plan all along with the trade. Did you notice what he talked about? The leadership. Let's rewind this for a second. Stephen Jones is even saying the same thing in one of his recent interviews. And when they talk about Quinnen, they talk about him on the field, but they're talking a lot about his leadership. The leadership. And again, Brian just so matter-of-factly slipped that in. That's what we were looking for. Yeah, somebody that could anchor and lead the defense. Yeah, hey, Tatiana, and you know what? I'm going to agree with you. Michael Parsons, he didn't took, you're right. Shots, not shots. You're right. Shots, because Michael has taken multiple shots at the Cowboys.
I thought it was a battle.
So now, they're taking shots at him now indirectly in the way that they're talking about their team. Check him out again.
He wanted to be here. It was all part. We probably should keep that contract. I think that was a good contract for us. Thrilled about him. What he's brought to this team from a leadership standpoint can't be talked about enough. He wanted to be here. It was all part of the grand scheme. We had the big trade.
Wait a minute, what? What did I tell y'all? People discount this. They discount it. People blame Jerry for trading Michael Parsons. And I said this multiple times. Y'all better stop underestimating Brian Schottenheimer. I believe this man had something to do, and a lot to do, with the fact that they got rid of Michael Parsons. He said straight up, this was the plan all along.
To try to figure out something like that, and couldn't be happy enough for them. But I thought it was a battle. They had their plays, we had our plays. It's what a joint practice should look like.
How did you manage bouncing between the two fields today?
I wanted to kind of see these guys, all of them compete. I wanted to see us play fourth down defense. I wanted to see us play third down offense. I wanted to see us in the red zone. I wanted to see us.
Any of y'all who watch Power, y'all remember what Kanan told Juke on Power? When she had Tyreek holding them hostage. y'all remember what Kanan told Juke before he shot her? He said you talk too much. he said you talk too much. That's exactly why he did her in. Yeah, and a lot of y'all are right. Yeah, Michael talked his way out of town, man.
Red zone defense, and so I let the coordinators call it. Clayton, I thought, did a really good job of spreading the ball around. A ton of respect for Coach Shula. Nate Shali's going to be an incredible offense coordinator for Sean and his guys. But all in all, I got my steps in today.
Yeah, I'm with you, Blaine. Yeah, But you know what? All seriousness, Micah Parsons needs to really think about his health. He really needs to think about his health. If I'm Micah Parsons, I'm not trying to focus on coming back when we play the Cowboys. If I'm Micah Parsons, the only thing I'm focusing on if I'm Micah Parsons is being 100% healthy when I step on that field. I don't want there to be any questions. I don't want there to be any doubts. None. I don't want there to be any doubts. I want to be 100% healthy if I'm Micah Parsons. And I'm not going to let it be about me playing the Cowboys when I step back on the field. I'll worry about seeing the Cowboys on the field, making an impact and seeing them in the playoffs. There's a big chance, for as much as Micah Parsons keeps talking, there's a big chance that he might not even be ready for the Cowboys game. He's targeting the Cowboys game. It don't mean he'll be here for the Cowboys game. So there is a chance that we won't see Micah Parsons in Game 6. There's a big chance that we won't see him in Game 6. So again, all jokes aside when it comes to Micah Parsons, because I want Micah Parsons to be successful, just not against the Cowboys. Just not against the Cowboys. If I'm Micah Parsons, focus on your health, bro. Focus on your health. I know you got a big time paycheck. Focus on your health though, because you might be able to get another contract before it's all said and done. Don't focus on one contract. Hey man, you got to keep on playing. You might be able to get another contract. And don't make, man, the one thing that you got to always be careful of in life in general, always business, never personal. Sometimes business can be personal, but business first. For Micah Parsons, bro, I ain't worried about coming back to play the Cowboys. All I'm worried about is getting healthy. That's all I'm worried about.
Happen to see George Pickens pitch the final?
I did not, but that doesn't surprise me. How far did he kick it?
Pretty good, like that.
Yeah, should he be the backup to Aubrey?
Maybe.
Okay, well, we'll take a look at that. Did they throw a flag?
No, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, probably. Yeah. A little bit more vertical. Okay. And there's sand. I worry about his toes. I worry about him jamming his toes. There's sandbags in there. But our guys have fun out here. Like I said, I want them to do that. When you're playing real games, we can't do that. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot.
Is Quinnen's contract something you bring up to the team? Like, everybody sees it and knows it. Not the contract, just that he's here.
Yeah, we just celebrate.
Yeah.
When guys do cool things, Todd, we celebrate it. Whether it's having a baby, whether it's getting engaged, whether it's a new contract. Why? Not the money. The money doesn't matter. It's about being part of our team. He's part of our family for a long time to come, and very, very well deserved. And I think there'll be more contracts to come.
What did he say? There will be more contracts to come. Okay. I'm waiting on those contracts. I'm going to tell y'all something if I were the Cowboys. There's another player that I would get him a contract this season. And that player, if Demarion Overshown can stay healthy through kind of somewhere around mid-season, if I were the Cowboys, you really got something you can kind of hold over Overshown's head. You haven't been healthy. You've already expressed you want to be a Cowboys for life. If I were the Cowboys, at some point, I would probably be looking at seeing if I can get Demarion Overshown on a discount. I really would. I really would be seeing if I could get him on a discount. And, he said there's more contracts to come, but I'll tell you this. I don't think the Cowboys, for as much as people say this is George Pickens last year, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's George Pickens last year. They are going to extend George Pickens. I'm telling y'all, they're going to extend George Pickens. And the reason why I believe they're going to extend George Pickens, I don't think this team is going to allow Jerry and Stephen Jones to not extend George Pickens. We have watched this team be quiet around some of these contracts. We've watched them be quiet. We've said sometimes that we wish they would have spoke up more and they would have said more things. I'm telling us, mark my words, this team is not going to let them not extend George Pickens. They're not going to let him do it. They're not. I promise y'all, they're not going to let him do it. Jerry Jones is going to be in for the fight of his life if he even dreams of letting George Pickens go in free agency. He's going to be in for the fight of his life. It ain't happening. I'm telling y'all it ain't happening. They are building the type of camaraderie and family that we are going to watch this team next season. Boy, you watch what I tell you. The advocacy for George Pickens, it's going to be deafening. It's going to be the fan base. It's going to be content creators. But the thing that's going to tip the whole thing over the edge, it's going to be the players. You watch what I tell y'all. George ain't going nowhere. And I believe somewhere in this Quinnen Williams deal, for everybody who wants it to be Max Crosby, I don't think it's going to be Max Crosby that they're loading up for. No, it's George Pickens. It's George Pickens. Tatiana, I got news for you. He ain't going to get to regret it. He's not going to get to regret it. Jerry will not get to regret letting go of Pickens. I'm telling you, it will absolutely shock me if he does. I don't think the players are going to let him do it. I don't think they're going to let him do it. Man, I'm telling you, I don't think they're going to let him do it. This team right now, because it seems to me there's a plan in place, Cowboys Nation. There's a plan in place, and I think this is the reason why Dak Prescott, he's cool, calm, and collected about it. CeeDee Lamb, he's kind of putting some things out there. Brian Schottenheimer, cool, calm, and collected. Steven, Jerry, even David Mulugeta. Everybody's cool, calm, and collected because it seems like there's a plan out there. Even George, it seems like there's a plan out there. And that plan seems to be a long-term contract for George Pickens. And for everybody who, this seems like some people they want George Pickens to go to Jerry and say, and now I want $45 million. I don't even think that's going to be the case. I don't think that's going to be the case. I am not going to be surprised if George Pickens gets a deal somewhere between $35 and $38 million. For as much as people keep saying, yeah, he going to hit 40. Yeah, if he goes somewhere else. But me and my wife were having this discussion last night. Where else is George going? For as much as people keep saying, yeah, he going to get this and get that because he's going to be free agent. So can you tell me where he's going? Where? Who? What team? Who's going to do it? George is smarter than people give him credit for. George is going to weigh out all his options. He's going to do all the math. He's going to figure in the culture. He's going to figure in the teammates. He's going to figure in the opportunity to win the Super Bowl. He's going to figure in, if I go here, what's the tax bracket like? What's the cost of living? What's $40 million there versus $40 million here? What's $40 million there versus $36 million here? I'm telling y'all, George Pickens I don't even think he's going to ask for $40 million. I don't think he's even going to ask for $40 million. I don't. The only thing George Pickens needs to focus on this deal is guaranteed money. I care nothing about all this $40 million per year crap. It's just a bunch of gargly goop. Show me not the total guarantee. Show me the fully guaranteed. Because the fully guaranteed is the real money. Show me the fully guaranteed dollars. You got to figure in. George is getting $27 million guaranteed this year. Even if the Cowboys came to him next year and said, we're going to sign you for 3 years, $70 million guaranteed, $75 million guaranteed, whatever the case may be, you would still have to add in that $27 million. And that would mean that George Pickens was top 5 paid in the league because he would have gotten $105 million guaranteed over 3 years. Book it. Book it. Again, this is how Dak Prescott. People don't realize when you go back and look at Dak Prescott's money, it's not all because of a contract. No, that Dak Prescott money came from them doggone those franchise tags. Yeah, that's where it came from. Came from them doggone franchise tags. And even if George got franchised again and played on a $32 million franchise tag, which I don't think is going to happen, you would still be looking at bottom line. He would have already accumulated $60 million over 2 seasons. Yeah, there ain't many people doing that. There ain't many people doing that. But he's going to get extended. I say all that to say he's going to get extended. They're loading the clip. They're loading the clip, I believe, for George Pickens. They're going to keep that deal in the back of their minds. They're going to load the clip for George Pickens. And I'm telling y'all, don't y'all even worry a hair on y'all head. George ain't going nowhere. And Tatiana, the Rams, I believe they're going to do Puka Nacua just like the Cowboys are doing George Pickens. I am not going to be surprised, Tatiana, if Puka Nacua plays on the current deal. He got a lot of nonsense. He does a lot of nonsense over there. Now, Puka going to get paid when he get paid. But Puka been doing some dumb stuff. They're already talking about Puka Nacua may be facing a suspension. So, Cowboys got the Rams, they might hold him hostage the same way.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, he was excused for personal reasons, and so he just got back in. His story to tell, not mine.
Hooker didn't practice. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, he was excused for personal reasons.
Wait a minute, who's
he's
this
released
person?
a new contract. Why? Not the money. The money doesn't matter. It's about being part of our team. He's part of our family for a long time to come, and very, very well deserved. And I think there'll be more contracts to come.
Now, I want you to just hear what he said. He said the money don't matter. The money does matter, but the Cowboys have actually built a culture that they have players that because they like what's going on here, this is why I don't believe all the hype behind the George Pickens contract. They got players who are basically saying that we'll take top 3, 4, 5 money. We don't have to be the number 1 paid. We'll take 3, 4, or 5 money. And I got a strange feeling Dak Prescott's going to get extended, and he will no longer be the highest paid quarterback in the league anymore. I don't think it's going to happen. I believe there's 1 more contract for Dak Prescott in Dallas. Maybe even 2. He mess around and get a Super Bowl, and they'll just give him a lifetime pass and say retire when you want to. But there is 1 more contract in Dak Prescott, and I'm telling you, I think he's going to pull the Tom Brady. I believe he's going to pull the Tom Brady. The tipping point will be, I'll do this if you do this for George Pickens and this team. You watch what I tell you. Book it. You watch what I tell you. They got a plan in place. They got a plan in place. And I believe Dak's going to pull a power move on this. And he's going to basically beg them to extend George Pickens. He's going to beg him to do it, because I would. Frank Lloyd said, gee, man, all the Cowboys need to do is keep George Pickens, is extend Dak Prescott to clear the space. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. But again, hey, Tatiana, Puka going to get paid. But I think they're going to tell Puka, nah, bro, you going to have to walk a fine line this year. You're going to have to walk a fine line this year to get that deal, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm about to go back again, Gab, man, trying to figure out who are they talking about.
Hooker didn't practice. Can you talk about that?
About being part of our team. He's part of our family for a long time to come, and very, very well deserved. And I think there'll be more contracts to come.
Hooker didn't practice. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, he was excused for personal reasons, and so he just got back in. His story to tell, not mine. He looks great, and he's extremely happy.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out who he's talking about here. The guy, who is he saying that missed practice?
Practice, you guys were running, I took around, walking.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it Malik Hooker who might have been out of practice a day or two ago? Might have been. It might have been Malik Hooker.
That was not my decision. That was led by the players. Yeah, I was over there saying goodbye to a few of the coaches and the guys that I have relationships with, and I was alerted by our strength staff that the guys wanted to run 20s, and I think it shows you that they've bought into the fact that conditioning is going to make a difference for this football team in the 2026 season.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I think it's Malik Hooker they're talking about. I think it's Malik Hooker. He had something going on. Yeah, and Stargard Deck said yes, Malik Hooker. So I think that's who it is. Hey, Ducendo in the building. Ducendo is a Rams fan, but we love Ducendo over here, man. Ducendo been around since the beginning. Ducendo, what is going on? Ducendo said, Rams fan, yes, but I appreciate you. You're a Let's Talk Cowboys fan, too. You've been around for a minute. Ducendo said, y'all look good today, even with Garrett out. Appreciate that super chat. Man, Ducendo, man, I'm so excited. So excited, man. When we play y'all, man, can't wait to have you on the live, making comments, man, after we play y'all. Boy, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, but I think that was Malik Hooker. Yeah, y'all make sure, man, I always treat my man Ducendo with respect. Long-time Cowboys, long-time Let's Talk Cowboys fan over there. Appreciate it, even though he's a Ram. Tatiana, did you say that Puka the Cool was hungry? I said Puka the Cool was hungry. Who originated that statement? Is this Darren Posey saying this? Saying Puka the Cool was hungry? He's Darren Posey calling him Puka. Hey man, but hey, we gonna give Puka a little bit of a break. From what my understanding is, that girl told Puka Nacua to take a chunk out of her. That's what I heard, at least. He told him to take a chunk. So, what's going on, Bobby's Hobbies? He said, been 30 years since 96 Super Bowl. Cowboys are hungry at the history books. Hey, you know what's so cool, though, Bobby? Shotty has done such a good job. Shotty has made the history of the Cowboys important to a bunch of guys who were not even born during that time. They were not even born during that time. So, you know, Shotty has done a great job of just reminding them of the mystique, the legacy, the legend of the Cowboys, and it's time for them to get their own legacy started, and he wants champions. And these guys, they're not even, you know, a lot of us, we want the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl based off of the 90s. Man, these guys don't even know anything about the 90s. They just want to, again, they want to create their own legacy. Oh, I'm sorry to be saying like that. I'm just saying she volunteered a chunk there, Posey. If I'm not mistaken, she told the dude to bite her and then reported it. Yeah, I think the lawsuit might have gotten thrown out, and if it hasn't, it will. They got too much proof on this girl. Yeah, it will get thrown out. But again, that's why Puka gonna have to wait, because see, Puka out there doing too much foolishness, man. It's too much foolishness. He's too talented to be doing all that foolishness, man.
They seem to do that in the other practice too.
They did. Yep, I was. And again, we've got the right guys. And the leaders of this football team are some of our best players. And historically, that usually means you're going to have a lot of success.
Yeah. That part right there. That part. And I think one of the things the Cowboys were guilty of is they were trying to make guys who were their best players be the leaders. But those guys weren't ready to be leaders. Even though they were the best players, they were not the best leaders. So now they got guys who are their best players who are leaders. And, you know, again, it's funny that they actually had to go out there and trade for those guys and get them out of free agency. So again, if you can't draft them, trade for them. Hey, can't draft them, trade for them. We done boys said, where are the 400 likes? Let's get those likes up. Man, Mikey, boy, you out here tripping, talking about Puka the True. Hey man, again, I'm gonna give Puka some leeway though, cause from what my understanding is, allegedly she asked him to do it, man. You know that's why you got to be careful out here in these streets, man. I'm just being real, man. You got to be careful out here in them streets, man. Where my man Bass at, man? Man, we got to be careful out there in them streets, man. People be out here today doing crazy stuff, telling people to choke them and all that mess. And then you mess around and choke somebody too much, you go into jail for life, man. Better stop this stuff, bro. Just because somebody asks you to choke them don't mean you have to choke them. If somebody asks you to bite them don't mean you have to bite them. Man, don't be out here people asking you to hit them and spit on them and bite them and all this stuff, and then you do it, and then somebody filming you on the cell phone, and then your life be a Tubi movie. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop the nonsense, man. This generation. Well, this generation is crazy, man. And especially you somebody making money, man, somebody get you in all kinds of hot water and cut a recording up and say they never told you anything. Man, man, better stop it. It's hard out here in these streets, man.
Rep for competition against somebody other than yourself, or some of you guys have that great preseason?
I think so. I think that's what we're all finding out. You know, this year we're doing two. You know, we're going to do this one, and then a week from now we're going to play against the Saints, and you know, you get great work. You know, this relationship with Sean is really easy. He and his coordinators and operationally is awesome. It was our time to come here to be with them. I actually wanted the heat. I never wear shorts. Actually, a couple of our guys said, "Shot, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, why?" They said, "You got shorts on." I never really show off my legs. I got good legs too, but yeah, I never show them off. But it was hot, and we need that getting ready to go back to Texas here in a couple weeks.
What was your thoughts on your offensive line over the tackles front like that?
Yeah, again, really good front. It was nice to see Myles Garrett on the side. That's a good thing for us. We had a plan for him in case he went. Such an elite player, but I thought Young was terrific, and you know, they always challenge us. But we need that work, because what I think is so important is our guys get a feel for the matchup that they're used to going with in practice against their teammate, whether it's Rashawn Gary, Ezraku, Malachi Lawrence, whoever it is. It's good to see guys that have different, you know, pass rush moves and counters. So I think that work is priceless for both sides.
I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I listened to a little bit of Voch Lombardi today, man, and you know, Myles Garrett was on the sideline, and y'all might not realize this, but Brad Schottenheimer may be telling a little bit more truth than some of us realize, man. Terrence Steele. Now, y'all remember when we looked at the tape the other day, and he was out there getting taken to task by Rashawn Gary, or no, it was Malachi Lawrence, I think, took him to task. Voch Lombardi said Terrence Steele looked terrible today. Not terrible, terrible. Could y'all imagine had Myles Garrett been there today? Myles Garrett would have eaten Terrence Steele's lunch, threw it up, and made him eat it. I'm telling you. They said Terrence Steele looked terrible, man. I really think Cowboys, man, might need to really start thinking about this tackle situation. Voch Lombardi verified something else today. Tyler Guyton's got an elbow issue, y'all. Tyler Guyton has an elbow issue. I'm telling y'all, man, the Cowboys better start sooner than later. The Cowboys might better start figuring out an offensive tackle situation. I mean, an offensive tackle alternative. Not just for one of these guys, for both of them. The Cowboys can't ride with Guyton and Steele struggling. They can't do it. They can't do it. They cannot ride with both of them struggling. They have got to figure out an answer for these two guys. And at least have a backup. You got to have a backup plan. Go out there and get Decker, man. Go get Decker. Nate Thomas cannot start for the Cowboys. He's not good enough to start for the Cowboys. He can't start. They need, and the guy we drafted, he's not ready. He's not ready. We can't throw him out there. Cowboys better go get Decker. And for everybody keep talking about, yeah, man, the Cowboys going to trade for you fill in the blank. They might ought to think about if the opportunity arises, maybe you go trade for a right tackle also. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to take the same approach I took with the defense. If you can't draft them, trade for them. Bottom line, if you can't draft them, trade for them. This team is entirely too good to be taking a chance on these tackles we have. Man, if they can't do it, go get somebody who can. I am not allowing Decker to be out there as a free agent. I'm not doing it. I would go get this dude right now. I wouldn't even be thinking about this. Go get this dude right now. Because at the end of the day, y'all better realize the conversation I had last year people didn't like, brought the conversation up this year too. Brian Schottenheimer is already preparing us for something that a lot of people don't want to hear. He said we're playing the best players on the line. I know some people are not going to want to hear this. There is a reason Ty Smith has negotiated in his contract he could be the left tackle. Y'all better stop playing. I'm telling y'all right now, I would rather see Ty Smith at left tackle, TJ Bass at left guard, than to go into this season struggling with Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele the entire year. Man, you got to think about how many options they take away from us if they're no good. How do you run outside if they're no good? How do you run your screen game if they're no good? I mean, they take away so many things. If you can only run between the tackles, you take away so many plays. They can't do it. I'm telling us they can't do it. And this is why I said, man, y'all might not realize this. Man, there might be more truth to what Brian Schottenheimer said than people are giving him credit for. Yeah, it was good to see him on the sideline. Yeah, with the way Terrence Steele was playing. Shoot. Man, Terrence Steele struggling hard, struggling. Tyler Guyton, I'm telling y'all right now, Tyler Guyton has an injury, and it may turn out to be a nagging injury. Voch Lombardi said it. Voch Lombardi said we had already heard about the elbow. Y'all remember I talked about that whole thing with the elbow. Today, Tyler Guyton in and out, getting his elbow taped up. It could be a nagging injury all year. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to go get Taylor Decker. It's either Taylor Decker or you move Ty Smith to left tackle. It's got to be one of the two. You got to figure out something. You cannot get deep into a season because I'm telling you, the closer you get to the season, other teams' players will get injured. Other teams' players get injured, they'll go out there and swipe up a player like Decker. If I'm the Cowboys, man, I'd be trying to figure out something with this situation at the tackle position. Frank Lawrence said Taylor Decker is a reliable starting left tackle for the Lions for 10 years. Had him on a contract base salary of $15 million. Yeah, had him on a base salary of $15 million. To $18.5 with incentives. Cowboys could probably get him cheaper now. And it says want him to take a substantial pay cut. And the Cowboys may very well be able to get that pay cut. Yeah. Blaze said, does he have a secret over Jerry Jones? Yeah, Kirk Womack. Now, let's keep in mind, he had an excellent day with no Myles Garrett. Let's keep that in mind. He held his own with no Myles Garrett. Voch Lombardi also mentioned that. No Myles Garrett. But he also, just keep in mind what Voch mentioned. Guyton has an issue. Guyton has an elbow issue. I hope it's something minor. I hope it's something that doesn't nag him this season. But again, Myles Garrett wasn't there today. That's all I'm telling you. What will he look like against the Texans? What will he look like? What will he look like against the Seahawks? What will he look like against the Rams? What will he look like against the 49ers? I mean, we got some showing up defenses coming up. So, I say better safe than sorry with this thing with Guyton and Steele, both of them. And even when you talk about Guyton, if Steele ain't right, well, let's say Guyton is not hurt. I would want the option to even put Tyler Guyton at right tackle. I would want that option. Move him to right tackle. What about Taylor Decker at left tackle, Tyler Guyton at right tackle if Terrence Steele ain't playing right? You got to give yourself some options. You absolutely have to give yourself some options. Do not go into this season with no options. Don't do it. Man, let me tell you something, Mission Abstract Notary. Shoot, the way Tyron Smith look, he like he can still play. He like he can still play. And again, Poobie D, I think Terrence Steele is starting to be the worst-kept secret. I think Terrence Steele is starting to be the worst-kept secret. They don't want to talk about it. For as much talk as there's been about Guyton, there probably need to be a serious conversation about Terrence Steele, because I'm telling you, I saw him just the other day, and Malachi Lawrence took him to task. Whew. Whew. Yeah, Ray Royce, but again, keep in mind what Voch said. Myles Garrett wasn't on the field. Myles Garrett wasn't on the field. Terrence Steele was having problems with that guy. I think his name is Verse. Yeah, he was having problems with Verse. Keep in mind, Myles Garrett was not on the field. Myles Garrett with an elbow issue and Myles Garrett on the field, you might would have saw a different story. But again, you still need, I would still go get Taylor Decker. You need that option. You need that option that if something goes with Tyler Guyton, because I'm telling you, Guyton is dealing with something. Voch said it. He's dealing with something. You got to have the option there. And let's say he's not dealing with something. You still got to have the option that if he is good, that you can move him to right tackle. Because what's your option at right tackle? Terrence Steele. Move him to right tackle. Move him to right tackle. Get Decker, let him play left, leave Ty Smith at the guard position. Because of Terrence Steele, if you have to make a move because of Terrence Steele, that's going to mess up a whole lot of things. It messes up a whole lot of things. So if I'm the Cowboys, and I'm sure they're already probably considering some of these things, I know they're not dumb. I know Christian Parker's not dumb. I'm sure they themselves are noticing Terrence Steele is struggling. The man got a contract, but he's struggling, bro. And they don't have a player good enough on the team to take his spot.
I know you didn't see the film, but you talk about Guyton and how I know he came out with a couple plays with his elbow looked at. You talk about that and how you thought he did.
Yeah, I think, I thought what I saw was really, really good. Again.
Oh, yeah, Verse. Byron Young. I'm sorry. Ducendo corrected me earlier. Yeah. Young. Byron Young, not Verse. He in Cleveland. Thank you for correcting me on that. But he's good. Yeah, good. He's good. Again, Young is good. Bottom line, he ain't like he no slouch either. He good. He was giving Terrence Steele the business over there, man. He giving him the business.
I want to see the tape before I speak to it, but he's been stacking a lot of really good days, and because of that, I'm proud of it. Like I've said, I'm not going to shy away from it. He's one of the most talented tackles I've ever been around, and so he's just got to put it all together, and I think you see a young player that's maturing, and that's a great thing for the Cowboys.
Now, the big thing for Guyton, Clarence Hill brought up the elbow, same way Vosh Lombardi brought up the elbow. What did I tell y'all about Tyler Guyton? His biggest issue is his availability. He can't stay on the field. That's Guyton's biggest issue. He cannot stay on the field. Now, again, I'm hoping that this elbow issue that he has, I hope it's not something that's major. But I'm telling you, man, somebody called Guyton Mr. Glass the other day. Somebody called him Mr. Glass. So I'm hoping that this thing is not serious with Tyler Guyton. But nevertheless, man, that's Brian Schottenheimer. That's Brian Schottenheimer. Yeah, Viking life. See, I would go get Decker in case you need to move Guyton to right tackle. Because Guyton can play right tackle. So if I was him, that's kind of what I would, if I were the Cowboys, that's kind of what I would do. That's what I would do. But again, we're going to keep monitoring this thing with Tyler Guyton. Again, I told you about Tyler Guyton, 3 things. Stay healthy, stay on the field, dominate. That's all he needs to do. If Guyton can stay on the field, Guyton's going to be good. If Guyton stays on the field, he's going to be good. Yeah, Deion Jefferson, somebody called him Mr. Glass in the chat the other day. Somebody called him Mr. Glass in the chat, man. I don't know who it was. All right, let's get over here, man. Let's keep moving. We got Dak Prescott next up in the presser. Dak Prescott's going to talk about kind of what the Cowboys offense did today. I thought he had some pretty good things to say. Let's check out Dak Prescott.
Hey, Dak, what was your thoughts on
I mean, first time going against another jersey, another team. I thought it was good. Is it quite where we wanted to be? No, not necessarily, but started off, obviously hitting the run, so some things were physical. It's hard to tell exactly what a gain is, when guys aren't going to the ground. But then as it developed, getting into the red zone, even the 2-minute there, getting called down where it looked like it's right at the sticks, just part of practice. But ultimately felt good about it.
You feel good about the red zone offense today, especially when back in practice? Play a lot of scores.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that was probably the stronger drill or the stronger period of the day for us, and so that's good. Obviously, coming off of the struggles in the last year, it's good to see, and even knowing we got things in our back pocket that we obviously we're not going to pull out just yet, and so most definitely.
Brian said that George had a good day today in his mind.
So again, I heard Dak say this earlier. This is why I say Brian Schottenheimer is playing chess, not checkers, allowing Clayton Adams to call plays, while at the same time working on, and it's obvious because this is like, I think the second or third time I've heard this statement, that they're working on things in the closed practices. They're working on things in the closed practices that they're not putting out there in the open practices. So, I think what we're seeing in some of the open practice stuff is we're seeing some of the, the more basic stuff and the motions and the alignments and things like that. They want to make sure they have those things together. But then when they get to the closed stuff, they're ramping it up with all of the stuff that we haven't seen. So again, they're putting in all the basic stuff, the screens, the sweeps, the pitches, they're putting in all that. That's basic stuff. That's no big deal. That's not anything that's going to catch a lot of people off guard. But the other stuff, whatever those things are, that's where Shotty is really putting in the work. And so everything I saw today, I know the offense, they didn't have the day that everybody may have necessarily wanted. And again, Clayton Adams calling plays, doing a lot of running and things of that nature. So not really worried about that because Clayton Adams is not going to be as prolific as one Brian Schottenheimer. So I'm not worried. If there's anything that I'm not worried about, I am not worried about the offense. And where they were successful today is actually where we all should be excited they were successful. Red zone. Red zone, red zone, red zone. The Cowboys could have easily put up an average of 35 to 40 points per game if the red game offense was better. So that's all we need to be at this point in time as far as what we can see. The things that we want to see and need to see, we're seeing them. So I like it.
Did you see the same thing, and what stood out?
George is being George. That's what I expect from him. It's what he expects from himself. There's still probably a ball or two that we want to, correct. one thing or another, make it a completion. We had the one interception and throwing it to George there, which can get cleaned up very simply. So, yeah, it's what I expect from George. He just does great things, and today was another showing of that.
You talk about the chemistry.
Boy, I don't know if y'all saw George Pickens. Boy, George Pickens is a different animal, bro. George Pickens is a different animal, man. He's a different animal. George Pickens, man, I'm telling you, I love the fact that George Pickens, I love the fact that George Pickens is on this team. And so, again, I am not concerned about anything with this offense. They're going to be great as usual. They're going to be great as usual. Yeah, Larry Hunter, they're not revealing a whole lot of things. Mission Abstract said, if Guyton is Mr. Glass, then Steele is Mr. Porcelain. Man, we got to get this man we got to. I'm sure, though, the Cowboys, I'm sure they're already looking at what they're going to do about the whole thing with Guyton.
With you, with George, and especially CeeDee, is how you guys continue to develop your chemistry into the end.
Yeah, I mean, those guys do a hell of a job just getting open. I mean, more credit goes to them and the way that they treat their craft and the way that they just get better each and every day, and it makes my job easier. And then ultimately it's about, for me, just communicating with them what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing, and what I'm anticipating from them. So, and the more that we grow in there, it's just going to be hard to stop us.
You guys have been very complimentary of the defense so far in training camp. They played pretty well today, it seemed. How much of a confidence booster is that for you guys to hear the defense play well against that Rams offense?
Yeah, great. I'm looking forward to watching it. I know I heard the cheers and the hollering. Could tell it was our guys. Obviously, they've been doing it to us, throughout camp and getting after it. So it's cool to see just that energy, that identity continue. And I know they're pumped about it, but I know they're not satisfied with what they've done. They're going to go back and same as we are and look at it, be hard on ourselves, and see where we can get better.
Were you bummed Myles Garrett wasn't on the field?
Was I bummed? He was on the field. He was definitely on the field. I mean, Myles is a hell of a player. We'll see him when we see him. Obviously, we had some protections in here, as we do any elite rusher, to go to him. And then when you hear he's not in there, you just kind of take that out. And so, yeah, I mean, I know Myles is looking forward just to the season, so it's no big deal that he's not playing or practicing.
Do you remember the last time you played in the preseason? And does this type of work get you ready for the season?
I mean, I guess my second or third.
Tatiana, Tatiana, your boy got you. Tatiana, I got stuff that's not even on the list. And I do have the Cowboys' unofficial depth chart for the Seattle Seahawks game. Thank you for bringing that up. But I got it for you. I got it. Your boy got you. I got you.
Third year in the league, right? Would have been 2019. So, yeah, third, I guess. Yeah, this definitely is the same work. It truly is. I mean, I try to treat the rush as if I'm getting hit and trying to get the ball out like I would be getting hit. So trying to play the game like a real time clock's the way that I practice. And I think if I didn't practice that way or even, do everything like it's a game, then I would need the preseason. So these reps are just as valuable as any preseason or game reps.
Yeah, for you guys at the end of practice, you're running sprints, a couple of Rams are going by, like, oh my God, what are they doing? Shotty said it was the player's idea to run after practice.
Well, yeah, I mean, conditioned, something that he put on us at the beginning of the year, said the why we're going to do it. We want to be the best conditioned team and the most conditioned team, and guys are taking pride in it. And, it was a simple, Demo came up to me and asked me, Coach said it's on us, do you want to run? I'm like, yeah, if y'all want to run. I didn't, see y'all's field and what it was doing, but I know we've got it in us over here. And so, yeah, it was just like a normal practice. Let's go and get our runs in and get better.
Why is that so important?
Yeah, I mean, when you're conditioning, you just play faster, you play better, you think faster, you think quicker, you react quicker. It just helps. If you're the most conditioned team in any fight, you're going to have a huge upper hand throughout the whole game, not just late in the game.
Yeah, I'm struggling with that Jabril Quinn because they did say he's very good with the run blocks. So, unfortunately, Quinn, what we may actually see, you already heard Dak Prescott said they had a plan for Myles Garrett. So I'm sure, Quinn, it's obvious that the Cowboys were not going to allow Myles Garrett to go one-on-one with anybody today. I mean, it seemed to be pretty obvious. But, see, this is the danger, though, with the Rams. And we're going to see what they look like when we play them. But the danger with the Rams is this. Myles Garrett, Byron Young on the other side, and I'm telling you, he's a heck of a pass rusher. They are going to be a nightmare for teams. And the other part, Aaron Donald. They're going to be a handful, man. So, you really need somebody that can hold their own, maybe one-on-one with one of those guys, because you're going to probably have to commit 2 people to Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. Terrence still need to be able to handle up on his own, man. He really does. He really needs to be able to handle up on his own. Shoot, the Rams, and they're probably going to be one of the only teams you're going to see like that. The Texans are, somewhat similar. They got a heck of a defensive line too, but you don't have to worry about them in the playoffs. I mean, the Texans, that's more of a pride thing. You want that win on the list, of course, but you're not really tripping on the Texans as much as you're tripping on the Rams. So, man, boy, you got to be able to hold your own against still going to have to be able to hold his own sometimes on this one-on-one stuff, because they cannot be dedicating an extra tight end on his side every single time.
So if we can steal that advantage, why not try?
Dak, I apologize if I missed this, but how would you assess just how the offense performed today?
Yeah, I said good. It wasn't great. Us, with our expectations and standards, we want to go out and we want to dominate. But hell, this is another NFL team and a good NFL team, and made some changes on their defensive side as well to get stronger. So it was a good matchup. Some back and forth. As I said, it started out maybe not as fast as we wanted to, but then again, when it's a run period, it's hard to tell, who's going to the ground or what's a real tackle and not. And then ultimately, I felt like we got it going and finished with a good day.
It seemed like CeeDee got started after he had the little skirmish. And when he was going at it with the guy. What is it about him that just takes stuff now with that?
Yeah, I guess I'll start the fight with him early if we need to in the locker room. I didn't necessarily pay attention quite to that, but we got a lot of guys with a lot of fire. And, the thing is, it shouldn't take somebody else to light it, but they've got a lot of fire and a lot to prove and a lot of passion. And so when somebody does, light that fire or poke the bear, these guys are gonna show it. And, it's a bunch of our athletes and some of the guys up front, and it's fun to have. It just makes an edgy group.
Now, Poopy D, you in the chat still. They're talking about that CeeDee Lamb kind of turned it up a notch today after he got into a little bit of a skirmish, or however they say it, got into a little bit of a skirmish. And I think we're going to see a very motivated CeeDee Lamb this year. Because, CeeDee Lamb said something the other day, and I thought it was very interesting. CeeDee Lamb said, even though this has not been his best camp. That's strange to me. And some of that is attributed to they're playing against a better defense. They're really playing against even though it's a new defense, it's a new system, players, man, the thing that I love about these Dallas Cowboys defensive players, if y'all haven't noticed, what's so funny? They're not in awe of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. They're not really in awe of them. They're like, we're liking the challenge of them because they're going to make us better. Kobe Durant, he's loving this because they're making him better. Caleb Downs, making him better. Kobe Durant, again, sees this as an opportunity. Savon Revel Jr. is trying to prove to everybody that he was that first-round pick, even though he wasn't that first-round pick. These defensive backs, man, they are giving these doggone Cowboys receivers the business as much as they can. Unlike the ones from last year, man. CeeDee Lamb was running all through them boys. Not this year. They're being physical with Lamb. They're being physical with Pickens. They're being physical with Flanoy. They are really sharpening George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb as much as CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are sharpening them. But again, I ask, do y'all think that CeeDee Lamb feels a little bit disrespected? Because I wouldn't be surprised if he feels a little bit disrespected. Because as much as he loves George Pickens, advocating for George Pickens, then you look at him on the top 100 list. They got CeeDee Lamb way back there at 50 or 60. Got George Pickens at number 30, 36. And then you got people out there in the court of public opinion saying that Pickens is better than Lamb and this, that, and the other. I don't think Lamb is jealous of Pickens. That's not his issue. But That's one of those things that when you hear people say that, it's something that motivates you to say, okay, y'all done forgot about me, huh? Y'all forgot about me. Now y'all got, y'all disrespecting me, whatever the case may be. And so, man, I think Lamb's going to be very motivated this year. I think Lamb's going to have a monster season. I really do. I think he's going to have a monster season. I wouldn't be surprised if him and George Pickens both are hovering somewhere around 13 to 1,500 yards. Both of them. If not, both of them being 15. I just got a strange feeling, man. They're going to be crazy. Ryan Flanoy is going to be close to 1,000. But CeeDee Lamb, to me, seems like he feels a little bit disrespected. And I think it also may be good for him. And that's probably why today, somebody's, whatever the skirmish was, Lamb like, man, y'all, hold on a second, man. Y'all done forgot about me, bro. Stop playing with me. Lamb said, I'm still him, bro. Yeah, 805 bus stop says CeeDee was on fire Sunday. Man, I'm telling you, I think Lamb is like, man, hold on a second, bro. Y'all gonna put some respect on my name. Jeremy Best said playing a more competitive defensive scheme builds that character. This still prepares them for that more difficult defenses and teams they will be facing during the season. Oh, yeah, no doubt, Jeremy. Gregor Davis, exactly. They're both getting the best out of each other. Iron sharpens iron. And I think what we're seeing from CeeDee Lamb, I don't think we're watching a CeeDee Lamb that's, not having a good camp. No, I think we're watching iron sharpening iron. Man, these guys are boy, these guys are on it. They own it, man. Darren Posey said, gee, I don't think Donald will be the same player. I don't either. Darren Posey. Darren Posey, I'm going to tell you something that actually wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if Aaron Donald decided not to come out of retirement. I mean, we're getting all the indicators that he's coming out of retirement. But if he didn't, I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm hoping for Aaron Donald, his biggest motivation, Darren Posey, I'm hoping his biggest motivation isn't the money. That's what I'm hoping. Don't come out of retirement just for the money. Because, man, I'm telling you, he's not giving the Rams the LeBron James deal. If Donald comes out of retirement, he getting paid. Ducendo, you tell me what you think. I think Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, he want the bag too. Because just because he's coming back don't mean he's guaranteed a Super Bowl. So he going to want that guaranteed money. Yeah, he going to want that bag. He can shock me. Posey said he don't think he'll be the same player he was when he left. That's a lot of time off. And I'll take him a year. He said it'll take him a year or two. I'm sorry. He said it'll take him a year or two. The fear is ridiculous. Yeah. That's a lot of time off he had. I'll take him a year or two. The fear is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And, hey, Darren, Rams are taking a gamble. They don't know if he's going to be the same. They're taking a serious gamble. Real Estate Vet, appreciate the super chat. He said, gee, didn't I tell you 2 shows ago, Lamb was feeling away? Yeah. Yes, sir. Real Estate Vet. I'm wondering, bro. I'm wondering if he's feeling some type of way, man. I'm wondering, man. Because even Patrick Walker's been saying, like, what's going on with CeeDee? And then to hear CeeDee say, I may not be having my best camp. So I think there's something to be said there. But again, I think CeeDee is going to have a very dominant season this year. He's got a chip on his shoulder.
Fumble out there, and he had some fumbles last year. What's the message to him, and how does that get rectified? Because I know that's going to shoot out.
Yeah, I mean, turnovers in general. That was a big part of, something that we didn't do good last year along with the red zones was just turning the ball over, including myself. And so, trust me, Blue will hear about it, but Blue's a pro, and he's understanding the accountability and the standard of what we're trying to achieve. And I don't think anybody's more pissed about it than Blue is himself. So he'll do everything necessary to make sure that he's getting better and limiting any chances of giving defenses that out.
See, and let's go back to our conversation about Jaydon Blue just for a moment. This may be one of the reasons why Brian Schottenheimer stays on Jaydon Blue. Because I'm telling you, man, Brian stays on the neck of Jaydon Blue. And I think this may be why he stays on the neck of Jaydon Blue, is because you really got to help him keep his concentration level up. You really got to keep his concentration level up. You really got to stay at him. You just really got to keep Jaydon Blue on point. You just got to keep him on point. Because Jaydon Blue is a guy with so much potential, so much talent. And it's like Jaydon Blue is like one of these guys where he's so talented that he wants, like he's focusing on the end result rather than getting there. It's like Jaydon Blue is the kind of guy that strikes me as a guy that when he gets the ball in his hand, he's already thinking about his celebration in the end zone, if that makes sense. That's how Jaydon Blue strikes me. And so it seems like Schotty really has to stay on Jaydon Blue, keeping his concentration level up. Because again, y'all remember what got him in the doghouse last year. Fumbled against the Denver Broncos. And what did Schotty come out and say? He's got to stop putting the ball on the ground. So I'm very interested to hear how Schotty's going to handle this next one. How he's going to handle this. It's the preseason. This is where you correct mistakes. It doesn't bother me as much. Even Dak Prescott, because even Dak Prescott threw some interceptions. Some people are getting mad about, he threw interceptions. No, I'm not worried about Dak throwing interceptions because you would rather him do it in training camp than do it in the regular season. You get to go back, watch the film, see where you messed up, and then you can fix it going forward. So with Jaydon Blue, though, people have said this about Jaydon Blue, and they've been saying he's got some fumble issues. So, he don't want to let that bug get in his head, because once that bug get in your head, Zeke went through that one time, and it is scary when that started going through your head. Catherine the Kiss, I think he's going to come out of retirement. Right now, I'm about 60% he comes out of retirement. I think he smells a Super Bowl. I'm about 60% he's coming out of retirement. So I do think he's going to come out. Ducendo said Donald is a beast. They took this stuff off the store. He's going to be back and amazing again. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't, but I think he is going to do it. I think he's going to do it, but I don't think he's going to be an every down player. I don't. Yeah, Mose Logan said Evans has a lot of miles. He won't be the same. That's why I don't think he's going to be an every down player. And man, let me tell you something. If he does, boy, Donald is going to go down as one of the most amazing. Because one thing about Aaron Donald, he's not just an amazing player. Aaron Donald is an amazing athlete. I'm telling you, I follow him on TikTok. Oh, my gosh. Man. This dude act like he be Navy SEAL training. Frank Lawrence said, man, I don't understand the cap. Red Parsons signed for $186 million. 2025 cap hit, 9.9. Let's see. Cap hit, 19,000. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to make out all the numbers. Okay, yeah. Cap hit, 19 million. Cap hit, 19. Cap hit, 26. Cap hit, 64. Man, I'm not sure. And what they might have done, Frank Lawrence, is they might have included his fifth-year option in that. A lot of teams are doing that right now. They could include the fifth-year option and making that contract look bigger than it actually is. So, all right, let's hear the rest of Dak, and then we're gonna keep moving. We got some stuff that's not even on here.
Super blessed, super thankful. Hell of a teammate, one of the best I've been around. Obviously, between the lines, when you watch him on the field, just what he's able to do. We're always talking about the halo rule, and like the guy just is always in the halo, and I don't think he can help it. He just gets there, and he gets there so fast. That's what he knows, is getting to the quarterback. So it makes practice fun, but at the same time, he's exactly the leader that you want, exactly the leader that, when he speaks, it's heard, but he doesn't even have to say anything, and he's leading every moment that he steps into the building by the way that he carries himself and just being a pro's pro. And so to get him, locked in for an extended time is everything. It sends a message not only to the team, but the young guys and people, wanting to stay here. So super happy about that.
What does it say about the culture when you guys on your own said, we're going to do our conditioning work?
Yeah, we're just connected. Like, we just really are. I mean, like I said, that was just a me and Demo conversation, and mentioned it to the rest of the guys, and I don't think even one person said anything different about it. Let's go. I think the question was just how many do we got? And that's just what you want. Guys all committed to the same goal, and just thankful that we were able to grow like that and continue to grow.
How we got to roll.
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all.
Yeah, that's Rain Dakota Prescott, man. That is Rain Dakota Prescott, and he is just, man. Dak Prescott is on cloud 9 right now. He's got a bunch of leaders on his team. You know, all the weight of winning is not on his shoulders. Now it's on all these guys' shoulders, so it's absolutely awesome. What's going on, Roy? Willie, good to see you. Deion Jefferson said, gee, don't convert some of that money into a signing bonus. Yeah, I'm not sure how they do it all, but I got a strange feeling that some of that money with Michael Parsons could actually include that fifth-year option. And so this is the new way of how they're making these contracts look even bigger, because even when you look at some of the contracts that some of the wide receivers have signed, man, those contracts are really based on them including, you know, a fourth and a fifth-year option and all kinds of stuff. And so, you know, it's the new way that these executives have figured out how to do these contracts and make them look bigger. So it is what it is. I ain't mad at them. All right. We have 105.3 on deck. We're going to bring them up in just a moment. But by request by Tatiana, we're going to put another segment in here. Let's put in the Cowboys. Let's insert the Cowboys unofficial depth chart. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this in for Sister Tatiana. We're going to go ahead and get in the Cowboys unofficial depth chart.
Yes! Here we go!
All right, so let's see here. Let's pull this up. Let me see where I put it. It was kind of last minute. All right, here it is. Cowboys unofficial depth chart. Cowboys unofficial depth chart for the season opener. I don't know if y'all saw this. Dallas Cowboys unofficial depth chart as of August the 11th, 2026. Let's see if there's anything that kind of catches our eye here. Pickens, Guyton, Smith, BB, Booker, Steele, Ferguson, Zach Kuntz. Huh? Zach Kuntz? Interesting. Didn't they just bring in Zach Kuntz? Okay. Zach Kuntz, Ryan Flanoy, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, Jayshawn Corbin. Okay, I need to know what all this means. And Hunter Lipke. Wow, okay. Okay, question marks for me. I'm going to have to get a little clarity on Jayshawn Corbin and Zach Kuntz. Why did they put them there? And these are the guys they just brought in. I don't know. Maybe that's why they put them there. So the second team, and this is the team that we should be looking forward to playing. So second team on offense is going to be Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Nate Thomas, left tackle, Nick Leverett, left guard. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Botch Lombardi was talking about a player that he didn't know the name of. Maybe it was number 79, Marcellus Johnson. But Botch Lombardi said Marcellus Johnson got some snaps in and looked pretty good today. But nevertheless, this is who we probably should be looking at playing. TJ Bass, Trevor Keegan, Drew Shelton, Brevin Spanford, tight end, wide receivers, Kavonte Turpin, Mingo, Milton. Kavonte Turpin, Mingo. But I would also expect to see a lot of Camden Brown. Do not be surprised if Camden Brown moves ahead of Jonathan Mingo. Camden Brown has been balling. He's been balling. All right, let me see. Hallelujah. Let me look. Okay, is that why they're doing that? The fifth tight end, G, that's projecting they're going to carry 5. Okay, so maybe that is because it's maybe supposed to be way back here. Okay, Good looking out, hallelujah. So maybe because it's supposed to be way back here at 5, they had to put it down here under Zach Kuntz. I mean, put it under Jake Ferguson rather than putting it under DJ Rogers. Okay. Gotcha. And so the same thing here, where that should be up under Israel Abanikanda, they made it fold down over here up under Javonte Williams. Okay. Great catch there. Hallelujah. All right. So these are the guys we should expect to see. Joe Milton. And I'm wondering if the Cowboys with Joe Milton and Sam Howell, will they let them play a half or will they let them play a game? Now, if I were the quarterbacks, I would probably want to divide it up into halves. And maybe Joe Milton plays the first half of one game. Sam Howell plays the first half of the next game. So I expect to see Joe Milton probably play against the Seahawks first. And then, of course, Jaydon Blue. I think, though, we're going to probably see more of against the Seahawks. I believe we're going to probably see more of Israel Abanikanda, probably see more Jayshawn Corbin than we will see. We ain't going to see Williams. I'd be surprised if we saw a lot of Jaydon Blue. Probably we'll see more of Maffa, Maffa, Davis, Abanikanda, and Jayshawn Corbin. I wouldn't expect to see a lot of Jaydon Blue. But that's where we are on offense. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm actually surprised that Valdez-Scantling is... I'm actually surprised that Valdez-Scantling is at the second string wide receiver. I'm really surprised on that. I didn't think Valdez-Scantling would be that high up. I think Jaden Smith, we'll see what happens with Jaden Smith. The Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one Anthony Smith. They got him behind Flournoy and Turpin. Interesting. I expect to see more Denzel Mims too. Definitely expect to see on the tight end position. I definitely expect to see a lot of Michael Trigg. Definitely, because I don't think we'll see Ferguson. Probably we'll see very little Brevin Spanford. Schoonmaker better make the team in the preseason. I expect to see Schoonmaker, Michael Trigg, and some DJ Rogers, and they might get Zach Kuntz out there eventually. Yeah, we have a lot of wide receivers, Blaine. I'm really tripping on the fact that they got Valdez-Scantling out here. I'm sorry, I just don't trust Valdez-Scantling. Butterfingers. Now, if you maybe give him a couple of short passes, but if you're expecting him to run down some deep passes and catch them, you better call them 50-50 balls. So I'm very interested to see who the Cowboys are going to play, but we already know these guys won't play over here, excluding Zach Kuntz. Zach Kuntz will probably get some game. If it won't be this game, it'll be the next one. And then with the defense, so they got Otito Ogbonnia, Clark, Williams, Ezraku, Overshown, Winters, Gary, Revel, Downs, Bland, Thompson, Hooker, no surprise. Second string, Bullard, Toya, LT Overton behind Quentin Williams. Very interested to see that. Williams, Shamar James, Jayshawn Barham, James Houston, Kobe Durant, Darian Kendrick, Kalen Carson, Caleb Downs, PJ Locke. Now, I think there's going to be an issue right here. I would not be surprised that Malachi Lawrence is going to get more playing time than Sam Williams. I wouldn't be surprised. At least in the first game, they might want to see some of Malachi Lawrence. Justin Barron, another name to watch out for. I believe Justin Barron, especially with what Justin Barron did today. Man, do not be surprised if Justin Barron makes the final roster this year. Justin Barron, from what my understanding is, they were already saying last year he was a very good player. Jayshawn Barham, let's see here. I don't think Barham's going to play this next game. Barham's got a growing injury. I don't think Barham's going to play. So this is going to be a Justin Barron game. Definitely going to be a Justin Barron game. So he's going to get another opportunity to prove to everybody he belongs on the team. Poobie D, I'm still surprised that Troyquez Bridges is on the team. Cowboys got quite a few cornerbacks. I expect to see Devin Moore moving up this thing. Moving down Kalen Carson. And I expect to see a lot of P.J. Locke. Wow, P.J. Locke has moved in front of Marquise Bell. And probably is a good thing. P.J. Locke has been balling for what my understanding is. P.J. Locke has been balling. So as far as everything else goes, special teams, it is what it is. Oh. Jaydon Blue's the backup kick returner, and Caleb Downs is the backup punt returner. Really? I wonder, could we see Caleb Downs returning punts at some point this year? Jonathan Mingo is a third string punt returner. Not going to happen. Interesting. Let me see y'all thoughts on this depth chart. Yeah, Deion Jefferson, unfortunately, he's a wasted 4th round pick. Crazy Cowboys, I hadn't heard that about Trigg. You said Trigg hadn't been doing well? I hadn't heard that. Oh, Trigg making the team, Gene Ward. Yeah, Trigg making the team. No, Trigg is making the team. Watch what I tell you. Trigg is making the team. Cowboys already gave him a really good deal. Yeah, they're not letting him go. Let me see. Maurice Leofow. Yeah, somebody said he had a pretty good day the other day, but I'm not buying it. Yeah, 805 bus stop. P.J. Locke looked real good. Mingo done. No doubt about it. Yeah, Quinn, yeah, there's no doubt that depth chart going to change tremendously. Tremendously. I don't think they'll let go of Turpin or Bell this year, but they done next year, I believe. They're done. They got contracts on these guys, so I don't think they'll let them go this year. But I believe this will be their last year. Yeah, you dig. From what my understanding is, I've seen Trigg making plays. And I think we're going to see Trigg make more plays in the preseason. I will not be surprised if Triggs. Ooh. Okay, you said Trigg is not blocking well. I hadn't heard that. Yeah, I hadn't heard anything on Trigg as far as stuff like that goes. Juice Man said it's been said that Julius Wood and Elijah Clark has been outperforming Bell. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if that's even saying much on Bell. Bell, man. Bell just... I don't know what's going on with Bell, man. I don't know what's going on. Man, I'm going to tell you something, Enrique. If I were the Cowboys, I would really be trying to trade. I would probably try to trade Maurice Leofow rather than letting him go. I really would be trying to figure out a way to trade him. Said his fan show, he said he's not surprised by P.J. Locke. I'm not either. Hallelujah said, I think Trigg is going to the practice squad. Well, he's already got a contract, if I'm not mistaken. Michael Trigg's already got a really good contract, so I don't know. Let me see here. Let me see if we can see some things. Let me see if I can pull up Michael Trigg's contract. Poobity, I still can't believe Bridges is on the team, but I don't think he will be after this season. Yeah, he will not be on the team. He will not be on the team after this season. All right, let's see real quick. Let me pull up something on on Trigg's contract. Yeah, I think Trigg is here to stay. I don't think there's any way the Cowboys let go of Michael Trigg. No, I think Trigg is here to stay. Michael Trigg was a top 5 tight end in the draft this year. The issue is they didn't make it to number 5 in the draft on tight ends because of other things they were doing. All right, let's see what his contract is. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Cowboys signed Michael Trigg to Okay, let's see. He's got a pretty big contract. Highest one in Cowboys history, if I'm not mistaken, for an undrafted free agent. Michael Trigg's contract breakdown is as follows. 3-year contract. It's 3 years. $3.1 million. $1 million average salary, $32,000 signing bonus. He got $280,000 at the signing. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, Cowboys Nation. I got news for you. He ain't going nowhere. Nah, Trigg ain't going nowhere, man. He ain't going nowhere. $885,000 base, prorated bonus of $10,000, cap hit $895,000, dead cap hit of $280,000. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. $1 million next year, $10,000 prorated bonus, $1 million cap hit, $21,000 dead cap. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, man. He ain't going nowhere. And this kid is very talented. Michael Trigg is very, very talented. Yeah, I agree with you, Robert Dudley. Michael Trigg is an absolute bargain. Michael Trigg should have went way higher than that. Trigg should have went higher. Everybody knows it. So the Cowboys, that's why the Cowboys gave him the deal they gave him. That's the highest deal, Jerry Betts' highest deal in franchise history. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, Enrique, you talking about Schoonmaker? Schoonmaker, he should have never been a second-round pick, bro. If that's who we talking about, should have never been a second-round pick. Yeah, Virgil, he gonna be on the team, man. Yeah, he got serious hands because he's been catching some passes from what I've heard. Yeah, Frank Lawrence says Shotty mentioned Trigg's amazing catchability. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, I got tape on this dude. Ooh. Rod Evans, I've been saying this, bro. You know, the Cowboys ain't listening to me. I'm not currently employed by them. They're not listening to me, Rod Evans. But I've already said I believe Cowboys should move Maurice Leaf out of safety. I absolutely believe they should move him to safety. I think he'd be incredible as a safety. I really do. Move him to safety. Darren Woodson, they did the same. I think Darren Woodson was a undersized linebacker and moved him to safety. Yeah. There'll be blood. Don't worry. They'll work with him. They'll work with him because they're not worried about his blocking, I promise you. They're not worried about his blocking. This dude is an absolute weapon. Yeah, you see Michael Trigg, you ain't worried about his blocking, man. You ain't worried about his blocking. You know, getting Michael Trigg is kind of like dating Halle Berry back in the 90s. Men were not dating Halle Berry for her cooking back in the day, bro. Men were not dating Halle Berry back in the day for her cooking. Michael Trigg is one of those type of tight ends, man. That Michael Trigg, when you look at Michael Trigg, man, you kind of like, man, this dude is talented. Absolutely. He's talented. So I think he'll be I think Trigg is gonna be fine. And I also think the Cowboys are gonna use him this year. Yeah, I think they're gonna use him this year. All right. Let's mosey on over here real quick to 105.3 The Fan. 105.3 The Fan. Guys were out there at camp, and they're going to be answering some questions about some of the things that happened at camp today. And then we're going to read some things about what people said at camp and listen to Nicole Hutchinson kind of give us, like, you know, did they pass and all those things. So let's mosey on over here to 105.3 The Fan. And see what they had to say. Yeah, because I'm going to see if I got
it's time now.
Got a couple more stories I want to see if I can slip in here. All right, yeah, 105.3 The Fan, and this is what they had to say about the Dallas Cowboys camp today.
Here we go.
For Brian Broaddus in Krusty's Corner, here's the king, Brian.
Hey, kids! Your old pal Krusty's gonna teach you 5 new words.
You're not wrong about that.
From Dallas, Texas, number 55, Brian Broaddus.
Thank you very much, Lucius. Always appreciate you playing that. Thank you to the guys and gals out there. Like I said, I enjoyed going on the Rams site and kind of figuring out that their media. Dawson, I think you're right. I think what's happened is the Rams have such a strict policy that their reporters out there just don't even bother.
Yeah, it's discouraging.
They're better off. They're thinking like we're better off not saying anything.
Yeah.
So we don't like when
McVay will just rip them.
Yeah, like when they have an opportunity to ask questions, McVay will say, "Hey guys, we're getting a little chat."
Yeah, James Bowie, Justin Barron. A lot of people might not realize it, but a lot of people were talking about Justin Barron last year. A lot of people were talking about Justin Barron last year, man. So he, and the blessing in disguise. This is why your best ability is availability. Jayshon Barham suffering with a groin injury. Justin Barron gets out there, takes advantage of the situation. Justin Barron was very good in college from what my understanding was, or my understanding is. Yeah, he got his opportunity. So, man, this is why football is so great, man. Football is so great because, you can be behind somebody and working hard and, preparing for that moment. And, man, that opportunity comes when you least expect it. And if you're ready, oh, man, all of a sudden, man, you're a part of the conversation in the coaching staff. So I'm happy for Barron, man. And it's only good for the Cowboys because it means we got some depth that we might not have really – they already knew he was good, but they might have looked at him today and said, wow, this dude is – we might need to start giving him some more snaps.
Patty out here. What are we doing?
Christian Parker's probably so jealous.
Yeah. Christian.
Gosh dang it.
He's really jealous.
But Jerry, that's how Jerry's been able to build the machine that is the Cowboys.
Let me ask you this, and I've kind of gone round and round about this because I believe in the content. Mm-hmm. If I worked for the team, I feel different.
Right.
But now I don't work for the team. I feel like that. Listen, if you're working on things right now that you're going to do for the Giants game, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how many practices Christian Parker and this defense or the offense has had where you're going to see things that they're going to use against the Giants.
Yeah,
I think there's so much they do. I think there's so much they do they have those like late in the day when we're leaving. And you hear, it's like, oh, they have no practice today. They have no physical practice. But then I'm walking out of there, at 7 o'clock at night, and they're out there on the field doing stuff. That's when I think they're practicing on things.
When nobody can see them.
Like they're
private practice.
Yeah, they're working Tyler Smith at left tackle.
Yeah.
During that practice. Or
Today's for bread and butter plays. Let's get you some outside zone.
Yeah. Let's see if we could block a front.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we could, let's see if we can complete a pass this way. Let's see if we can run a screen,
It's in football shape.
Yeah. So to me, Christian Parker, he's like, oh, I don't like it one bit. I'm like, sir, I promise you're probably working on things, in the private that are going to help you more than what you're doing out there right now.
Yeah, and Schotty seems totally on board.
Yeah, it's great. Great point. Christian Parker, and I said this the other day, not a big fan of what Christian Parker did because thankfully nobody has, necessarily ran with it. But we have people, they run with stuff like that. Oh, yes, friction in Dallas, or Christian Parker is fighting against Jerry Jones, or welcome to Dallas, Christian Parker. Schotty's going to have to keep working with him, because one thing we know about Brian, and I've told y'all before, this is what I appreciate about Brian. Brian ain't trying to go against the grain. Brian understands what this is. Gain the trust of Jerry. Jerry is allowing Brian to do the things that he wants to do, including bringing in Christian Parker. And so this is a battle that's not worth fighting. Media in Cowboys practices. It's not a battle that's worth fighting. There are other battles that are worth fighting. Fight the battles that are worth fighting and don't fight every battle, because some battles are only going to be a distraction for you. And some of those battles even will turn into distractions for the team. So, don't worry about stuff like that. Christian Parker didn't like the fact that the Cowboys allowed the media to film. And I'm still laughing that Christian Parker said that he got some things that when, some of the media members were posting things online, Christian Parker was saying he went and got some tips from those things. Well, I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling with that. I want to, I'd like to know what he got, because Dak Prescott in that offense, they did Christian Parker and Vic Fangio in. Did them in, not once but twice. Dak Prescott did them in. The Cowboys were a drop pass away from sweeping them. Yeah, they were a drop pass away from sweeping them. So Dak Prescott ate up that defense, came back from 21 points down last year. So I'd love to know what he got or was able to help him against the Cowboys, because it didn't help him enough. It didn't help him enough when he saw this offense. So, again, not a battle worth fighting, but
with it. He knows
he
how this
understands
thing
that
goes.
because it's the Joneses.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we've all got each other's playbooks. We're all essentially running different variations of the same thing. Maybe some, offenses have other wrinkles, but
sure.
In the grand scheme of things, if CP saw something with the Eagles last year, it didn't really help them because the Cowboys offense moved the ball really well to start that game.
Man,
I still, bruh.
Man, if I would have been in that interview, man, I would have been like, what'd you see? What'd you see? Because, the Cowboy, bro, what'd you see, man? Because, man, Cowboys were moving the field up and down. They was moving up and down the field on you, bro. You think about the first game. We had fumbles. Who was that dude? Was it Miles Sanders? Fumble down there towards the goal line and all kinds of stuff. Oh, man, ain't nobody caring about that stuff, man. Ain't nobody caring about that stuff. It's not even a battle worth fighting. Yeah, Crazy said he agreed with CP on the media. Should be private practices. They do got private practices, though. They absolutely have a lot of private practices. You think about the schedule, we're only seeing in the grand scheme of things. Let me show you. Let me kind of show you what we're really seeing. In the grand scheme of things, we're only seeing two to three open practices a week. Let me see here. I was kind of looking at this the other day. Yeah, and I do now. Crazy Cowboys, I will agree with you on this. I think maybe 2 is enough. I really do. I think 2 is enough. Yeah, I think 2 is enough. Let me see here. But I think that's basically kind of how they're doing it. So they had an open practice Saturday and Sunday. They were off Monday. They had the scrimmage Tuesday, which is the 11th. So the 12th won't be open practice. Let me see if I can pull up a. So the 12th, see if we can move that up some. The 12th looks like they're probably going to be off, at least I'm assuming. Thursday, open practice. Friday, open practice. They did close out the scrimmage. They didn't work on Monday, probably won't work on Wednesday. They did allowed them to do something. They were open on Sunday. So you're looking at 3 days here. They're going to be open 3 days. Yeah, they'll be open 3 days here. And then when you move to next week, it looks like next week it's only going to be Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday they'll have the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, they have New Orleans Saints. So I guess I don't know what they're doing past that because I don't see anything on here that says date and time subject to change. But I don't see anything past that. But I get it. I get it. But at the same time, you know, hey, man, this is Dallas. This is just what we do over here. This is what we do over here. And so, again, I really like Brian Schottenheimer's approach, though, in a sense, too, because Brian realizes that this is a battle that's not worth fighting for him. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, crazy. I'd already said before myself, I think 2 is enough. I really think 2 is enough. I said that myself before. But Brian, you know, crazy. Brian, like, man, this battle ain't even worth fighting. It's just not worth fighting. It's not worth fighting. Because, you know, even today, man, even Voch Lombardi, you could tell Voch Lombardi was kind of like, you know, it was cool to go. You know, Voch was saying it's cool to go to the game today. But, you know, if they're going to tell you not to do any filming, you know, you might as well not even invite the media. I mean, you know, only thing they can do, you know, I guess you can write about it. I mean, you know, I guess if you want to write about it, but, you know, I can see what Voch was saying there. But, yeah, I could see, you know, 2 open. But again, you know, Brian is basically saying, you know, the way the Cowboys are remedying this is, and even Brian has talked about it, Dak's talked about it, they're implementing the real stuff when there are no open practices. And now Brian is saying they may even be doing it after practice. So, interesting.
With the team, I understood. As now a guy who creates content and owns a business and works for a company that relies on
you think about it totally different.
I think about it totally different. I think about it absolutely totally different right now. All right. Again, but thanks to all the guys and gals on the Cowboys end of it that were tweeting out, the Nick Harris's of the world, Voch Lombardi, who's going to join us here in about 15 minutes. And thanks to everybody out there, John Machota, Todd Archer, all those guys, Calvin Watkins, everybody that was tweeting out stuff to kind of give us an idea what the heck was going on. Appreciate you guys.
I just want to give a big shout out to Tolo Vinny real quick, who's watching with his newborn daughter. He's come out and seen us a few times. He's got the daughter and the bassinet right in front of him, and he's got us up on YouTube. All right. So shout out to Tolo Vinny.
Tolo Vinny, thank you very much. All right.
Yeah, Deion Jefferson, you make a great point. It's a way for them to make money. Hey, but Deion Jefferson, not only that, I just wonder if there's any advertisers out there. You know, any companies out there and stuff like that. They're probably making money off that stuff. You know, people probably got signs out there for the fans to see, and who knows what else is out there. Brandy, you still here? I'm sure that they probably have a lot of ad-based stuff going on out there too. So I can see it. I can see what's going on. All right, Katharina Kiss, you can catch the rest on the replay. Maybe you can catch it driving to work. Appreciate you being here. All right.
Dawson, can I start with you? This was a question that I got from a fan. I've been getting a lot of questions, and I like to use these questions because I think our fans, they have a good understanding of what's going on. So I just want to run these by you if I could. I think there are good questions. I took the best of the best, I think, here.
I'll do my best to answer without rambling, Brian.
Okay, you won't ramble. You know, you can be any worse than me. I'm the worst at rambling. I'm the rambling wreck from Georgia Tech. One hell of an engineer. The rambling wreck from Georgia Tech.
Probably Jared. Jared's probably the one.
Oh, I ramble more than Jared.
You think so?
By far. All right. This comes from a tweet from This Is Not a Drill. This is not a drill. That's the name of the person. Dawson, what player benefits from the new off-season additions? Is there a player like Pickens last year? Lamb and those guys benefited from that. Is there a player on this roster that benefits from the new off-season additions?
Man, I would probably say DeMarvion Overshown.
Sure.
It seems like he's getting more responsibility, but I'm looking at it like from Rashawn Gary and Christian Parker. Just the quality of that defensive line and the scheme that Parker wants to run. I think it's just going to free up Overshown to be in space even more.
Sure. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah, Overshown's going to benefit from Rashawn Gary. No doubt about it. I believe also Malik Hooker is going to benefit from Caleb Downs and Jalen Thompson and even P.J. Locke. Deron Bland, I believe he's going to benefit from Kobe Durant. I think he'll benefit. I think there'll be some people willing to test out Kobe Durant a little bit starting out rather than going at Deron Bland, so that's going to help him. And Kobe Durant is going to benefit Savon Revel Jr. He's going to benefit Devin Moore. So there are some pieces they have brought in that they're going to benefit from. Yeah, that the other players around them are going to benefit. But I'm not sure if we're going to see. I'm not sure if someone's going to have the effect. If there's somebody who I think could have the effect of George Pickens that George Pickens had on the Cowboys offense, if there's one player I think could have that kind of effect, I think Caleb Downs / Jalen Thompson. Caleb Downs / Jalen Thompson. I think those two players may absolutely have a huge impact on the Cowboys defense.
How about you there, Wooly? Is there a player who benefits from the new offseason additions, somewhat what like we got last year from Pickens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of think Donovan Ezeraku would be. I'll go with here because I think that having a veteran leader that's willing to also teach in Rashawn Gary is going to help him a lot. I think having Quinnen Williams here and being able to take double teams inside, plus Kenny Clark in a scheme that he's had success in. You had a bigger body in Otito Igbonia. Like I'm hoping that will free up Ezeraku to have a little bit more success than what he had last year as a rookie.
I like that. That's a good one. I kind of feel like that Deron Bland will benefit from having a competent corner on the opposite side of him.
I like that.
Yep. I just said the same thing. Kobe Durant. Deron Bland's going to benefit from Kobe Durant.
Yep, with Kobe Durant.
With Kobe Durant.
Good safeties.
Yeah. Safeties. Listen, we haven't
I brought up the safeties. Exactly.
seen really Thompson play all that much. So I wanted to say safeties, and I'm thinking like, man, how could I say that? I haven't seen Thompson or...
But he's been good. Don't you trust the body of work with Jalen Thompson?
Oh, no, I absolutely do, but I would like to have seen him body of work with a Dallas Cowboy. I would. Him and Locke, people are freaking out that they're like, hey, brothers, they need to be healthy.
Well, they're both back now, and it's Hooker that's out. It's weird because they can't have that room. Like, one's in, the other's out.
They're going to figure out that
Hooker's probably the one they want out.
Maybe. I'll tell you, the one that's been...
Quinn, I don't think that's true from what my understanding is.
If you want to talk about an arrow down player, it's Bell.
Oh, Bell, I don't think's on the team.
Bell is an arrow down player. All right. How about this one? This comes from Anthony O'Donnell. And Anthony O'Donnell, Wooly, asked, could the front office be waiting on a trade now that this extension has been made or is done? Like parameters. You think that they have a trade in mind and they were just waiting on the Williams deal to make sure that it was a go?
Yeah, I think there could be something to that. I think some of it also is maybe they know what they're willing to give up, and it's more so the other team needs to say, okay, we're down for this. And maybe the other team's trying to weigh other options. Like I do think initially the Cowboys made a strong offer for Crosby. Ravens came in at the last second and said, you know what, we'll offer the 2 1s. Cowboys weren't willing to do that. They offered the player a 1 and a 2. And when you get the 2 1s, it ended up being the Ravens. They got that deal done. But I think, yes, now that you know you've got an extra $15 million to work with, assuming that number is accurate, I think it does kind of make it a little bit easier to know, okay, this is what we can kind of absorb via a trade.
Yeah, it makes it realistic. I think it puts your total around $20 million with the potential to be as much as $20 million. And now it's realistic to absorb any contract in the NFL as long as you're willing to extend it or restructure it in some way. When you were stuck at just 5,
yeah, it was tough.
It was logistically impossible.
Yeah.
You could bring in 2 players with $20 million. You could bring in 2 players.
Kind of feel like that because people are asking me because this guy Corey Laughlin asked me. He goes, I really believe they're going to trade just by the way that Broadus is acting right now. That's what a guy said. I mean, he tweeted at me. He goes, I really believe there's going to be a trade just by the way. And they got that reaction yesterday when you brought us some breaking news.
Oh, it was this time yesterday.
And it was with Williams.
I think there is too, man.
I thought there's so.
I really think Crosby, and maybe it's just because I want it to happen so bad, but I know that they wanted it to happen. And I really think that's ultimately the prize that they're going after.
Yeah, I think they're going to trade for somebody really good. I think they're going to sign an old guy, Von Miller.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't think Max Crosby. I could be totally wrong. I just don't see Max Crosby being realistic. I really don't see Max Crosby being realistic. And with the way the Cowboys look today, I told y'all before, and I think even Stephen Jones, and I think even, Will McClay alluded to it. They're evaluating to kind of see and gauge, well, what level of player do we need? What level of player? We're going to bring in somebody, but what level of player do we need? What level? And so, looking at the Cowboys today, we still got some evaluating to do. But looking at the Cowboys today, Max Crosby wouldn't be at the top of my list right now. I'll be honest with you. If I were the Cowboys, I would really be thinking very strategically. What would it cost me to get Von Miller? What would it cost me to get Von Miller? And maybe another player. Don't have to be Max Crosby level. Maybe I can go to Highsmith level over in Pittsburgh. I'd be looking for that type of deal. Because I even think when you start talking about Sweat, I think that's too high for the Cowboys. And I'm not even sure if the Cowboys would even be wanting to bring him in. But, I would be thinking as in quality. I would be thinking something like, what if I brought in Hassan Reddick and Von Miller? What if I brought both of them in? Von Miller, Hassan Reddick. I would be thinking in terms like that. And then I would be like, okay, then I'm gonna hold my ground and kind of see what's happening towards the trade deadline. Do I need to make that over-the-edge push once we get to the trade deadline? Or are we in good hands with Von Miller, Hassan Reddick, Malachi Lawrence developing, Donovan Ezra? Because I'm telling you now, from what I've seen, man, I've seen Rashawn Gary. I have seen Rashawn Gary manhandling Ty Smith on a couple of plays. Rashawn Gary is going to be better than people think because of the defensive tackles that we have. He's going to be better than people think. So for me, and I may shock everyone if I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to be keeping a close eye, if I'm the Cowboys, on Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton. And I'm going to make a determination. Do I need to bring in Taylor Decker and go out there and even get me another tackle? I'm really going to be keeping my eye open for that. Because really the strength of the team, as good as the defense looks, the strength of the team is the offense. It's the strength of the team. The defense should get us more opportunities. But make no mistake about it, we want to put up points. And I mean, we want to put up points. I'm not talking about no piddly 24 points a game. I said this last year, I'm saying it again. This team, if possible, it needs to be putting up 31 points a game. If this team puts up 31 points a game, there are not many teams that they play that can score 31 points against them. Yeah. See? Your strength. With good offensive tackle play, it will propel this Dallas Cowboys offense to a point of being unstoppable. So if I'm thinking about defense and looking at what I looked at today, I don't know if I really need Max Crosby level. Maybe I need Von Miller and Hassan Reddick and pairing them up with Rashawn Gary, Demarion Overshown, D. Winters, pairing them up with those guys and letting them work in. Let them continue to work in. And then keep my eye on the tackle situation. I'm keeping my eye on the tackle situation. Too many people are looking for all the big names and the splash. I don't think you need the splash. You've already made it. A lot of people don't understand. We've already made, we've already made the splashes. We've already went and got George. We went and got Quinnen. We got Caleb Downs. We got Jalen Thompson. Man, we got so many splash plays, man. We like an ocean out there. I understand it. People just want just everything you can get. But winning championships is about balance. It's about balance, and it's about having the right balance offensively and defensively. You never want to become too top-loaded. No, bring in, it's not about quantity as much as it is. I think because of what you already have, man, people keep talking, Max Crosby does this. Man, but what about with Von Miller? Could you imagine Von Miller, as I said the other day, Von Miller with Rashawn Gary and Quinnen Williams? I'm sorry, Von Miller eating. I'm sorry. Von Miller is eating. He is eating with Quinnen Williams and Rashawn Gary opposite of him. He's eating. I promise you he is. He's eating. Every single time you put him in the game, Von Miller will be a game wrecker opposite of Rashawn Gary. He'll be a game wrecker. I promise you. He'll be a game wrecker. Even Hassan Reddick, game wrecker. Game wrecker. Mose Logan, again, I'm worried about Sweat. I don't know, man, Sweat. I don't know if Sweat fits. I think it could fit, system-wise. I'm just wondering about Sweat, though, because he seems to have a lot to say sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He seems to have a lot to say. We heard he had a lot to say in Philly. Now he's over there in Arizona, got a new contract, and now he got more to say. I don't think they're looking Sweat. I don't think they're looking Sweat. If you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, Von Miller really just makes sense. Von Miller just makes sense. Sanders Fans Show, unfortunately, I don't think the Cowboys are going to touch Terrion Arnold. I don't think they're going to touch it. Because they're not sure what he's going to be charged with. And then if he doesn't get charged, or if it's a lesser charge, then you got to be worried about when will you have him to play. Somebody's going to get him. Somebody's going to get him. Yeah, Mose Logan, yep, Reddick knows it. Reddick knows the system very well. And Von Miller, elder statesman, I think he'll fit it very well too. All right, let's do the last segment here of this. And
Bobby Wagner, Okereke, something like that. And then I think they're going to pick the roster. Yeah. When Steve has mentioned
I think they're going to pick the roster too. I do.
3 different times over the last 2 weeks, this roster is going to look way different.
Yeah, backbreaker. You don't need Von Miller to be Von Miller, though. You don't need Von Miller to be Von Miller from 2015. If you just get Von Miller from 2025, you do realize, man, Von Miller on limited snaps last year, Von Miller was a terror. You put Von Miller on this defense, he'll be more than a terror than he was on the defense last year. I forget who we played with last year. But Von Miller looked extremely good last year, man, on limited snaps. Shoot, you put Von Miller in here, all you need Von Miller for is 10 snaps a game. And I promise you, Von Miller will eat on 10 snaps a game in Dallas. Yeah, you don't bring in Von Miller and try to make him into that kind of, every down guy. Let's see. Okay, I want to make sure this is right. If I'm not mistaken here, and I'm going to look and see if this is right, but what I've just pulled up very quickly here, think about this. He played with the Redskins last season. I'm going to put this up on the screen in a moment. He played for the Redskins did I say the Redskins? I'm sorry, he played for the Commanders. I'm showing my age. He played for the Commanders last year. This man started 3 games. He had 26 tackles, 16 solo, 10 assisted. He had 9 sacks for 66 yards lost. How much do y'all think 9 sacks would help the Cowboys this year? How much do you think 9 sacks would help the Cowboys this year? Von Miller would have been the leading rusher or the leading sack getter on the Cowboys team. The man got 9 sacks, y'all, on limited play. On limited play. Shoot. Put this man over here with Quinnen Williams. Watch what I tell you. Man, Von Miller will absolutely eat with Quinnen Williams. I'm telling you he will. Von Miller, 37-year-old self, backbreaker. Appreciate you putting his age up there. Von Miller, 37-year-old self, will eat with Quinnen Williams and Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary will eat with Von Miller and Quinnen Williams. Shoot. Bring him on. Bring him on. I'm telling you. Because I think the Cowboys got bigger plans with that $20 million in salary cap. I think they got bigger plans.
He said that. He said that, but he lied to Wolchuk this time last year to his face as Zach had a plate of
going back for, I don't know, round 4 maybe?
Yeah, round 4.
Of delicious Nobu sushi.
You and me both.
Gosh, it's so good.
How about this one, Dawson, to you? Brick wants to know, which position needs more depth, the linebackers or the corners?
Oh, corners. I mean, I hope that today was another good sign for Revel and that he is becoming.
I'll be honest with you, they say, the Cowboys, they're saying the Cowboys need more depth at corner. But I'm more concerned, I'm telling you. I'm actually more concerned about the Cowboys' offensive tackle issue. I'm very concerned about the Cowboys' offensive tackle issue. You can actually just think about this. This defense right now, they could move the needle with Von Miller, Hassan Reddick, or someone else of that ilk. Offensively, it's a lot more tricky. If you're going to replace a left tackle, it's either going to have to be Ty Smith or you're going to have to go get Taylor Decker or someone else. And you might have to truly trade for somebody. I mean, somebody playing currently on somebody's team. So if I'm the Cowboys, no, I'm more concerned about the tackle depth. I'm not even concerned as much as I was before, and I really wasn't as concerned as some of you were, but I'm not as concerned anymore with the Cowboys' cornerback depth. I mean, doggone it, man. DeRon Bland, it's DeRon Bland. It don't matter what he doing. He playing. But as far as Kobe Durant, oh, man, best $5.5 million the Cowboys spent. When you look at Savon Revel Jr., man, he's been playing extremely, extremely well. We got Devin Moore. I want to see if Devin Moore can move up the depth chart. I want to see what Josh Butler looks like. So we'll see what some of the other pieces on the back end for the Cowboys look like, and we'll see what happens as the preseason goes on, because I believe the Cowboys will be looking very closely at preseason cuts and all those things, and I think they're going to improve the team even in ways like that. Some of these people aren't going to make the team.
A guy, he had some good reps in a PBU against Nakua, I believe. But yes, at corner now, if you lose a healthy guy, you're introducing chunk plays and broken plays and everything back into the equation. So, I think they can get by at linebacker with some of the depth that they have. Shamar led him in tackles last year. This Justin Barron guy today with 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
It's close, but I would say corner just because of how much more important that position is.
How about you there, Wooly?
Yeah, I'll go with the linebacker. That was unless Justin Barron does step up here. I just did not see anything from Barron until today.
That was a shocker.
Yeah,
today.
So Barron wasn't really on my radar, but you've already got Barham missing time. I think ultimately corner, all these guys are going to have to play too because none of those guys have been able to stay healthy. But you got Overshown that about the injury risk. Barham's already dealing with a groin injury. I don't feel great about James. If Barron can hit for him, then I do feel better about that, but I'd still lean linebacker by a hair. But both of those positions I think you could definitely work and add something to.
All right, this final question comes from our buddy Nick. Nick, and I know I've got just a little bit of time here. Give me the guy who do you think that you saw has the biggest rise and the guy who's had the biggest fall so far. Wooly, you got that one? Nick asked that question.
I mean, fall, Nate Thomas doesn't look like an NFL player right now.
Not right now, he sure doesn't.
And he took a massive step last year to where you felt like, okay, could this guy legitimately
Come on, man. You know what, bro? Man, I told y'all this before. Bro, come on. Did Nate Thomas really take a step last year? I don't think Nate Thomas took the step that everybody's saying he took last year. I think we were hoping that Nate Thomas took the step because of some issues with guiding. Man, I don't think Nate Thomas took no doggone step last year. Man, he was getting mollywopped in that Arizona game. He ain't getting mollywopped. Nah, bro. No. I don't consider Nate Thomas to be that guy. I still say the secret that nobody wants to talk about, I think it's Terrence Steele. I do. I think it's Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele seems like he's steadily declining. He got that contract, got that injury. Steele has been on a somewhat steady decline. He's been the one that if you ask me, there's been a player that has declined, it's him. If you ask me about a player that has really stepped up, I won't even wait for their answer. It's Savon Revel Jr. for me. It's Savon Revel Jr. Okay, that actually wasn't the segment I thought it was. But I rolled with it anyway since I had it on the list. All right, let's get down here to a couple more. I'm going to make these a little bit more quicker.
Compete to be a starter for you. I haven't seen
this right here. Let's go to the did they pass real quick. Did they pass? Well, I think it goes without saying. The Cowboys surpassed a lot of people's expectations today. I really think the Cowboys surpassed a lot of people's expectations as far as the defense goes. Man, the Cowboys were fired up today. I mean, it was like they were looking forward to practicing or scrimmaging against the Rams. Let's go over here. We got a couple of articles that were written. These are straight from Dallas Cowboys. One of these is straight from DallasCowboys.com. Did the Cowboys pass? First things first, I want to give a shout out to Nicole Hutchinson. Let's kind of check out her summary of what the Cowboys did today. And then we're going to go from there. Let's check out her summary first. Hold on just a second. This is Nicole Hutchinson talking about how the Cowboys did.
Y'all know what time it is for the record. Let's get what you got,
I tell you what the Cowboys got, a run defense for 2026. It looks like they're stacking the good days in Oxnard. Big test against Matthew Stafford and one of the high-powered offenses in the league. They passed the test with flying colors.
Okay, Isaiah.
One area that did not pass with flying colors was the offensive tackle position. There was a little bit too much pressure for me on the QBs for Dak. So I need those guys to go ahead and step it up and block it up a little bit better. Maybe better luck next time.
Stand back and sing it. See, now notice. Let's listen to Stand Back again. But Stand Back didn't say tackles, tackle. It sounded like he said tackles plural. I could be wrong. Let's go back.
One area that did not pass with flying colors was the offensive tackle position. There was a little bit too much.
Okay, he said offensive tackle position. Still sounds like he included both. He didn't say left or right. But Vach really spoke more about Terrence Steele getting his lunch ate.
Pressure for me on the QBs for Dak. So I need those guys to go ahead and step it up and block it.
Now, he did say right there he need those guys to step it up. Yeah. You need those guys to step it up.
A little bit better. Maybe better luck next time.
Can we talk about bars?
Yeah, a couple.
Okay. All right, Mickey, what you got?
And the reason that one run defense played so well was a guy named Quinnen Williams, who just got paid a bundle, and he showed out here today why he's very hard to move inside against the run.
Hey, well,
shoot, I don't know about y'all. Shoot. Boy, you paid me the way the Cowboys paid Quinnen Williams. Boy, shoot, man, I'm going to be a bowling ball out there, bro. I'm knocking everybody down if I can. Yes, sir.
When the defensive line is active, that frees up a lot of things for these linebackers. How about Justin Barron? 3 picks in today's joint practice. So many good things to watch from this Cowboys defense. Hopefully they carry it over into the first preseason game of the year.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Nicole Hutchinson. Yeah. Great report by her. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I'm more concerned about the Cowboys' defensive tackle situation. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't know about anybody else. I'm more concerned about the defensive tackle situation. So, again, it looks like the Cowboys did pass that test with flying colors. And so, rather than read you the boring, I shouldn't say the boring articles, people wrote those. For the sake of time, how about I say that? For the sake of time, I think Nicole Hutchinson and those guys gave us a good enough summary. We know the Cowboys have passed. Y'all have heard enough. Y'all been seeing it all over the internet. The Cowboys have passed. What I think is even more interesting is to listen to none other than Sean McVay talk about the Rams. Let's see here.
Yes! Here we go!
This is Sean McVay talking about how this practice went today. Let's see what he said.
Okay. There's a lot of good work that we got today against an excellent opponent. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. I thought the team's periods were competitive, and most importantly, we can learn. And I like the way that really both groups competed. There's a lot of great players. I got a ton of respect for Coach Schottenheimer and the way that they do it. Christian Parker's going to do a hell of a job with their defense. And I just like the work that we got. We've been going against each other for a long time. It'll be good to be able to look at the film, see what we can learn. These are opportunities for us to grow. Even though we don't game plan it, we're just kind of testing our rules. But there was a lot of good stuff really from both sides, and I look forward to really looking at the film and diving into how we can learn from it.
Miles wasn't out there today, second day.
Yeah, you notice Sean McVay said, we got in good work today. Yeah, Cowboys gave him that work, for sure. Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys noticed that, No, so you know what? He's still got a little swelling in that knee, but said I'm feeling about 85%. I don't know what 100% is going to look like, but it must be pretty good if that's 85%. So we just erred on the side of caution. We're getting to learn him. He's so tough. He wanted to be able to be out there, but listening to Reggie and just kind of erring on the side of caution, when he's been out there, he has certainly made his impact felt. But we want to make sure that when he returns to play, he's able to return to full performance and feel like himself. There's nothing to be concerned about. It was just us kind of erring on the side of caution. There wasn't any setbacks, anything like that. So this is kind of the same thing. We're just making sure as we kind of get to know him and what's the best way to ultimately get him ready to be able to peak when we start in Australia is kind of what the end goal in mind is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep just a couple of glances on this whole Myles Garrett thing this season. I'm gonna keep a couple glances on this. I mean, Garrett's been dealing with this for about 3 weeks now. He's been dealing with this for about 3 weeks, so we're gonna see if this goes into the season.
I'm not even sure.
Coach, what did you see from the offensive line today?
You know, Dennis, I thought they got in and out of the huddle. I thought we set our pads. There's some excellent guys across that front. 2 big fellas inside that, you know, gave us some great looks. But, you know, for the most part, I thought we were able to do a nice job. I thought there was some good strain in protection, switching off some stunts. And, you know, again,
Let me tell y'all, man, Sean McVay is a top 5 head coach in this game. Top 5, man. Got to be somewhere around 3 or 4, minimum. When Sean McVay is talking like this about your team is probably pretty good. Your team is probably pretty good.
Go back and look at the film, I'll be able to better articulate it, but I like the overall just vibe and the feel in terms of how we got in and out of the huddle, stuff that you can't necessarily see on the silent tape, and then some of the specifics, technique and fundamental wise, is what we'll really be able to dive into when we watch the tape.
Even with Myles not out there, it felt like you guys got quite a bit of pressure from Byron and Josiah. What were you able to notice from the pass rush?
They did a good job, Nate, and like I said, I was kind of bouncing back and forth. I did see.
Y'all heard what the guy just said. They got pretty good pressure. They got pretty good pressure. I wonder who was the culprit in that. Man, Cowboys got a tackle problem.
That I'll look forward. You know, Dak does a good job being able to move in the pocket, and I think there's some excellent players on the perimeter that we were able to get some really good looks at. But it did feel like, you know, those guys were able to make their presence felt. But kind of similar to what I was saying with Dennis, you know, some of that stuff as your kind of eyes go front to back or whatever the point of attack is, I'll be better equipped to, you know, articulate it to you guys. As I got a good amount of running in today.
Stetson took the vast majority of the 2 reps. Have you made a decision yet in terms of whether he's going to play?
I have not yet. I was actually talking to Dave Ragone about that this morning, and so I'll have those. When do I talk to these guys next? Thursday. I'll have an answer for you on that.
Sean, when you look at film when there's a scrimmage and there's no prep, what are you looking for in particular?
Yeah, Lucindo McVay. Yeah,
you know, really
I'm with
just
you. McVay
how we play with fundamentals, rules ball, making sure that, you know, when it is kind of, you know, we exchange personnel groupings and predetermine the down and distances with the exception of the 2-minute situation. But I'm looking for the fundamentals. I'm just looking for some of the style of play within the framework of the rules of engagement that we established, and I felt like a lot of that stuff seemed like it was there, and that was a positive for us.
How would you assess the quarterback play from Stafford, Stetson, and Tucker?
You know, I saw a lot more of Matthew. I thought he was great. There was one where just a little bit late over the middle, but I thought he kept the ball in play. I thought he saw coverage really well. You know, I thought some guys did a good job stepping up. Puka left early on in the practice. I'm not exactly sure what was going on with him, but I thought Jay Witt, Kanata Mumfield did a great job stepping in. Ferguson made some plays down the field, as did Devontae Adams, and you know, Kyron, you know, did a really good job as well. But I thought Matthew did a nice job. I didn't see as many of Stetson's reps. It's great. You know, those are, you know, 2 of the premier receivers in this game. I think we've got some really great players on the back end as well. And I think the fortunate thing for us, Lindsay, is we're able to get that kind of back and forth with Puka and Devontae against those guys. And then you bring in, you know, 2 guys that are excellent players. You know, George is a premier outside player. He can obviously play inside as well. And then CeeDee's playing all over the formation. And those guys are at the, you know, the top of their game. I think it's great work for us. I have, you know what, I love these, I love players in general, and I'm just, you know, I'm such a fan of the game, and so whether it's their coaches, their players, our guys, this is out here, and this is fun in those types of settings, and like I said, we're just trying to be able to learn, but I don't know if Myles was talking stuff. I think he was having some fun. He's such a good teammate, so I love his just overall vibe out on the grass.
Couple more guys.
You gonna ask me about any updates of the travel plans to Australia, Gary?
Actually, we'll make it a double.
I can laugh about it today.
I would like an update if you can provide one.
No updates.
I wanted to ask you about an update on Aaron Donald.
Yeah, no updates on that. You know, he's going through his process. I'm hopeful. You know, I don't even want to put a timeline on it because what I don't want to, rush. There's conversations we've had, hopefully sooner than later, but there's no new news. He is continuing to go through his process. As far as once I share with our players what that plan for Australia is, then I won't be so grouchy answering your questions about it. Yeah, he was not able to finish practice, so something happened. I'll have an update on it. I'm not sure exactly what that was. I think he's a great coach. You know, you can see the philosophical background that he came up in is one of the best to ever do it in Vic Fangio. You can see a lot of their coverage contours and principles and their front mechanics that they were playing today. I would imagine, probably like kind of we are a little bit more vanilla, but I mean, I've always had respect for him. There's a lot of people that have worked with him that know him, and then, when he was in Denver, he's obviously done a great job in Philadelphia the last couple years, and even talking to Shotty, he said what a great job he's done. He's got just a nice presence and energy on the grass, and you can see he sees the game really well live. So I think very highly of him.
Last one, guys.
When Sean McVay says this about you, yeah, that's saying something. Yeah. Sean McVay is already telling us Christian Parker is doing a heck of a job, but he also clarified something else that I brought up. He's clarifying they're running that system that a lot of these guys are running. Now, the good thing about running that system is that this is going to make the Cowboys offense able to deal with the Rams better, the Seahawks better, able to deal with the Texans better, the Packers better, the 49ers better. They're going to be able to deal with a lot of these teams better this year. So, again, Sean McVay is letting us in on some good stuff.
Well, I think it's all about the people. What I've really appreciated is you get great people that come in. When great people leave, you attract high-quality people in. And so I love those three guys. Rob's done it. Yarber has been with me for the last 10 years. God bless him, having to tolerate me for 10 years. But his consistency, his energy, his enjoyment for pushing guys and helping them reach and realize their highest potential. Rob Calabrese has been outstanding. He is such a stud. He's got such a holistic picture playing the quarterback position. He's done a great job adding tremendous value to that room. And Robert Woods is one of the guys that set the foundation of everything our culture is based on. He and Brian Allen being a part of the coaching staff means more to me than I could articulate, because they had a lot of opportunities in other places, and for them to choose to come back here means a lot. And those guys meant a lot to the foundations that were set for a lot of these guys that are playing now. So I sleep good at night knowing that receiver room's in good hands. Okay?
Yeah, Sean McVay, cool as the other side of the pillow. Sean McVay is actually one of those coaches that, he's a franchise changer. Yeah. Sean McVay is a franchise changer. Yeah, he's an absolute franchise changer. You get a coach like Sean McVay, you're winning. You're winning. Now you're gonna have to make sure you do some things that he likes to do to help you win. But if you will do some of the things that Sean McVay wants you to do, you're gonna win. And so, he definitely is willing to. McVay's one of them guys, boy. He's willing to go out there. He willing to go out there and do it. Do what needs to be done. Okay, we're gonna skip the Jones and Trey Wingo. I'm gonna save that for either tomorrow or Cowboys After Dark, because there's actually a couple of other topics that I want to introduce very quickly in here. Let me see here. There's two of them, actually. I don't know if y'all remember this. Let me see if I can take y'all back down memory lane again. Let me see if I can take you back down memory lane one more time. I don't know if people remember this. This was 11 months ago. Let me cue this up real quick. This is 11 months ago And this is me when I first kind of got the new setup going. This was 11 months ago. Anybody remember this? Hold on. Let me take you back down memory lane. Anybody remember this? It says over here on SportsIllustrated.com, Cowboys in NFC Championship. Dak Prescott says yes. Reality politely disagrees. Dak Prescott predicts Cowboys in NFC Championship against Rams, leaving NFL fans amused, skeptical, and buzzing online. Well, now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. This was me last year. Wait a minute. Well, what if Dak would have made this same prognostication this year? It sounds a lot more believable this year than it did last year. Boy, it's so funny because if Dak would have did this year, I don't think nobody would be tripping. But because it was last year and that defense, man, boy, check this out. Anytime Dak Prescott says anything, people are always buzzing online. But let's read a little bit further into this article, written by Taylor Hodges. Says former Mississippi State quarterback Dak Prescott didn't play in the Dallas Cowboys preseason opener against the Los Angeles Rams, but he still made headlines. Prescott was captured on video and audio speaking to Rams owner Stan Kroenke alongside Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and said the following. That was Dak Prescott last year, y'all. That was Dak Prescott last year. Dak Prescott says this year, nobody blinks. Last year, everybody was tripping. But it just seems more applicable today, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, see, Dak can say this today, and he got some reinforcements. Man, boy, this is so funny, man, when you go back and look at some of this stuff. But I'm telling you, man, Dak Prescott made that prediction last year. Let's see here. Let me play that just one more time. You remember that, Queen? Let's play that just one more time, man, just for giggles. Again, this was Dak Prescott last year. And I'm telling you, if Dak says that this year or would have said that this year, nobody would be tripping. Nobody would be tripping. But back then, we were all starting to trip a little bit because I'd already started talking about that defense was going to be trash. Stephen Jones and said the following. It's that simple. Yeah. It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple. And so, you know, we think about that, man. I think it's way more applicable today than it was then. All right, Demetrius Noel, you still on? I'm just Demetrius Noel, I said I wasn't going to do it. But I just want to throw this out there for a moment. And again, it's no big deal because I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one, Demetrius Noel. Yeah. I want to make sure I end on a good note. I don't want you to I don't want you to lose sleep tonight on that clip. I got another clip I want to play for you. This is Kurt Warner, former Ram. Kurt Warner talking about Dak Prescott. Check this out.
I tell you what, guys, I'm excited about the Cowboys. Is that, no real questions about Dak Prescott or their offense. They're going to score points. They're going to be explosive. he's one of those guys that I believe can carry a football team with his right arm if need be. So excited about their offense to build from where they were a year ago. But I really like some of the moves that they made on defense. The interior, the defensive line, Rashawn Gary made some moves on the back end. I know Mike Robb was talking earlier about the defense just need to be a speed bump. Just need to slow some guys down. But I think their defense is going to be much improved. Add Caleb Downs to the mix. I believe this is going to be a good football team. Obviously, preseason, it's all on paper. We got to see it between the lines. But I'm excited for Dak, this Cowboys team, and I think they're going to surprise some people this year. I tell you what, guys, I'm excited about the Cowboys. Is that
I talked about this the other day. There are so many people outside of this organization, man. They're just excited about the Cowboys. They're just absolutely excited.
Questions about Dak Prescott or their offense.
Yeah, the expectations for the Cowboys right now off the chart. All right, let's get to the last segment of the day. Plays of the day, Cowboys Nation. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have them like we've had them before. DallasCowboys.com, they were able to get out there and do some filming, but everyone else was restricted. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to read some of the comments that were coming down. About the Cowboys. Hey, Demetrius, hey, I was gonna let I may play it tomorrow, but they still keeping hope alive with the Max Crosby trade, bro. It's not even somebody in Dallas. They over there talking about Max Crosby gonna get traded, bro. We'll see. But anyway, appreciate you, Demetrius. All right, this is Rain Dakota Prescott. This is Dak Prescott talking mad noise before the practice over. Check this out.
Tell them to bet the clocks on today. When it takes the fucking clocks.
I don't think anybody knows what this means. Does anybody know what this means, man? What in the world does this mean?
Tell them to bet the clocks on today. When it takes the fucking clocks. Steal they shit.
Can somebody help me on what this means, man? I have no clue.
Bet the clocks on today. When it takes the fucking clocks. Steal they shit.
If anybody knows what that means, please help your boy out, because I have no clue. He said, hey, you dig? He said something about bet the clocks or something. Bet the clocks. Man, I have no clue. I have no clue what that means. I have no clue what it means. Whatever it is, it just means that Dak was hyped up, man. Dak was hyped up. All right, let's get it. We're gonna be just reacting to things that people said. Next up, this was Patrick Walker throughout the day. Patrick Walker said, he said 2 sacks early for the Cowboys' first-team defense against Matthew Stafford, Ezra Raku, and Isaiah Land. Run defense looks wonderful. He said Stafford also dropped back early and hurled a go ball to Puka Nacua. Savon Revel was glued to him step for step. Pass break up. Yeah. Pass break up. Savon Revel Jr. has looked incredible. Patrick Walker also wrote, whoa, Matthew Stafford hands the counter left off to Blake Corum, and D. Winters absolutely obliterates the play before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Sir, the speed and recognition. Look at this. Boy, the memes are crazy, boy. The memes are crazy. All right, next. Patrick Walker says, back on defense, Quentin Williams sack on Matthew Stafford. To my count, that's 4 sacks on the day for the Cowboys defense. Keep in mind, I went to watch the offense for a bit, so there might be more. And then this right here. Quentin Williams. Yeah, he doing that in Dallas now, baby. Doing that in Dallas now, baby. Yeah. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, my wife, boy, she was tripping, Larry Hunter, when she first heard Dak Prescott curse on Hard Knocks. She was like, I did not know Dak cursed so much. Hey, man, it's football. This is what they do. I don't like it, but it's what they do. It is what it is. Let's see. Enoch said, G, you're saving me. He said, I just moved. No TV right now. You my entertainment tonight. God be the glory. Appreciate you. All right. All right, let's check this out. Let's see. The joint practice concluded. Defense takes the day. In my opinion, it wasn't close at all. Okay, we might have something real here. Yeah! Yeah. That's Patrick Walker. That's what he said. Said we might have something here. Patrick said Christian Parker is scheming his butt off right now in the Cowboys joint practice. Multiple first-team sacks, 2 interceptions. Run defense is shutting down the running backs entirely. I'm impressed. This looks 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 better than what they looked at this time last year. So if anything we can look forward to, it definitely seems like they have the system down. All right, this play right here had me rolling. This had me rolling. George Pickens is an absolute menace. This is courtesy of DallasCowboys.com. Check out George Pickens. Absolute menace. I love it. Now let me turn that off, that music. Look at this. So George Pickens catches the pass, and the defender knocks the ball out of George Pickens' hands. Next play, Dak throws a touchdown, which he probably would have been hit. But watch George Pickens. Watch George Pickens is an absolute menace. George is a menace, man. George is an absolute menace. Great play by George Pickens and Dak Prescott as usual. What you gonna do when George Pickens and Dak come for you? We saw this earlier today on the mic'd up. All right. This is them talking about Justin. Oh, this is DallasCowboys.com. Got a clip. Justin Barron. Justin Barron balled today. This is Justin Barron. Check him out. Nice. Justin Barron. Nice play by Justin Barron. 3 INTs today. 3 INTs. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, 3 INTs today for Justin Barron. The man was balling. Got his opportunity and he balled out. Todd Archer had a lot of things to say. Didn't get a chance to get all of it, but this is what he was saying earlier. He said, spent time watching the offense in the second period and not much really. A back shoulder throw to George Pickens for a good game. Run game has been okay today. Byron Young gave some fits with the pass rush getting Terrence Steele one. Myles Garrett is not practicing. And then the meme. Look at the meme, y'all. Boy, they killing me. They killing me with the memes, boy. Boy, they killing me with these memes over here, man. All right, this is another one from Todd Archer. Todd Archer said, watch the Cowboys defense in the first team period. No big plays allowed. Savon Revel with a pass breakup on a deep ball from Stafford to Nakua stood out. Man, let me tell you something. Boy, when you can break up a pass to Puka Nakua, shoot. Hey, man. Boy. Shoot. Hey, Puka D, you ain't lying. Justin Barrett said he need a spot, boy. Quentin said Dak acting like Stone Cold Steve Austin. George Pickett goes crazy. What is going on? Boy, I love it, bro. I love it, bro. All right, this was Albert Breer. I'm going to see if I can find this interview. Albert Breer said he talked to Dak Prescott. It said Dak Prescott told Albert Breer why he wants it known that it's Super Bowl a bust for Dallas. Why is it honestly such a big deal even saying it? Now, I'm going to tell you something, y'all. I told y'all this before, but Dak Prescott wants all the smoke because he is putting a huge target on his back. He's putting a huge target on his back. All right, this is Joseph Hoyt. Joseph Hoyt said Rams try to fade from inside the 10. It was Savon Revel one-on-one against Puka Nakua. Revel high-pointed it and nearly picked it. Revel has been really good today from our viewpoint. He continues to stack days. Yeah, man. Somebody says update. Hoyt said update. It was Devontae Adams. You'd be surprised at how similar 12 and 17 look from a mile away. Yeah, we got you. We got you. All right, Tommy Yarish. Tommy Yarish said the Cowboys joint practice just wrapped up against the Rams. We'll have some more thoughts and observations in a bit, but for now, defense had a solid day, highlighted by 3 interceptions by linebacker Justin Barron. Offense struggled early. Dak Prescott closed with 4 touchdowns in the red zone. Exactly what you want to hear. Exactly what you want to hear. Next up, Hoyt. Same thing there. All right, this is Nick Harris. Nick Harris said, people killing me in it. All right. Nick Harris said Savon Revel having a great day, playing physical, forced the fumble, had 2 pass breakups on plays where the Rams were clearly testing him. One on a downfield ball to Nakua, another one on a fade to Devontae Adams. Hasn't been perfect, but it's been his best day since Southern Cal. Yeah. Yeah. They're killing me with the memes. Boy, they killing me with the memes, y'all. All right, next one is Nick Harris. It says here, Nick Harris says some confidence from the Cowboys after practice. They're running through conditioning while the Rams walk off. But the Cowboys players have some words. The Cowboys players have some words for the Rams along the way. Go ahead and walk back in. We'll see y'all down the road. There it is. Yeah. Man, Cowboys are acting like bullies out here, bro. They're acting like bullies. And when you act like bullies, man, hey, you got to back it up. You got to back it up. This came from Voch Lombardi today. Voch said Cowboys offense turning up. Guyton just pushed somebody into a crowd of people. Red zone score. Yeah. All right. John Machota today. John Machota said not allowed to take video. He said notables from the second part of the team drills. Joe Milton intercepted on a play where he rolled to his left. Impressive leaping grab by the defender. Javonte Williams had a nice run behind Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith. Dak found George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on deep balls, but looked like Dak might have been sacked on both plays. Dak also hit Pickens on a slant and a back shoulder. CeeDee had a couple of catches and drew a holding flag on another target. Kobe Durant pass breakup. Justin Barron 2 interceptions. Yeah. Yeah, Cowboys balling, man. They were balling. Even without the video, they were balling. All right, a few more to go here. Next up, CeeDee Lamb. This is the play they were talking about, I believe. At least I think this is the play they're talking about. CeeDee Lamb here. Nice. Nice little play there by CeeDee Lamb. I believe CeeDee Lamb is going to have an incredible season. I really do. I believe he's about to have an incredible, incredible season. All right, let's see here. All right, this is Ryan Flanoy. Ryan Flanoy is looking exceptional this season. Exceptional. Yeah, Ryan Flanoy is looking exceptional. Oh! Ah! Nice. See that again. Ryan Flanoy over the middle for a touchdown. Look at that throw. Bam! Woo, boy. Likes that, man. Didn't even have to turn around for that catch, man. Just right in the basket. Oh, nice. Caught that like he had a rear view mirror on his helmet, man. Like that right there, man. Like that catch right there. Throwing catch. Hey, gaming with Eric Black. Hey, this is how you act, man, when you think you got a squad gaming with Eric. Eric said, I don't know where it's coming from, but the confidence through the room is off this squadron. Boy, you ain't, hey, man, this is how you act when you know you got a team, bro. This is how they acted at Eric Black. I feel you, bro. But I'm telling you, Dak is saying it, man. He want all the smoke this year. And I'm telling us, he gonna get it. He gonna get all the smoke. But I'm here for it. When you got a squad like he got, man, Dak is saying, hey, we ready. This was Dak and Matthew Stafford having a conversation. Probably talking about the NFC Championship game. What it's, probably talking about what it's gonna look like. Man, people don't realize how big Dak Prescott is. Man, Dak Prescott has put in some work, bruh. Man. Ooh-wee. Yeah, Dak's put in some work, man. All right. I don't know. I'm going to save this next one for last. This was the Cowboys. Again, this is the Cowboys. Running up to practice. Cowboys Nation, I believe we got us a team. I believe we got us a team. I do. I believe we got us a team, man. We do. Demetrius Noel said, gee, maybe GT is having injuries in the hope that he goes back to right. Talk about Tyler Guy, don't he go back to right tackle? Because some of his injuries doesn't make sense. You know what? We'll see. Maybe they might consider moving him back. But the Cowboys, this is the play they were talking. This is what they were talking about after practice. Demo showing leadership. Went up to Dak Prescott, asked him, did he want to run? Dak said, yeah, let's go. They putting in work. Rams walking off, Cowboys putting in work. I love it. Yeah. I believe we got us a team, Cowboys. Cowboys Nation, we got us a team. All right. I'm going to say I saved this one for last. All right, let me put a little music on. Put a little jungle beat on for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has a new dance, Cowboys Nation. Dak Prescott. I don't know where he get this dance from, but this is Dak Prescott. Let's see if we get the full shot. Dak's got a new dance. I don't know what it is, but Dak got a new dance. Dak's got a different swag, man. I'm telling y'all, Dak's got a new swag, bruh. Dak's got a got new swag, that's all I'm telling you. This man's got a new swag, bro. Hey, man, do your thing, Dak. I ain't mad at you, bro. You deserve it. Man, appreciate all the memberships out there. Gift memberships. Appreciate it. Okay, Matthew Mackey, he said, bet the clocks last year's defense and this year's defense with Myles Garrett. Still the, oh, I see you, okay. Yeah. Eric Black, he said the defense ticking off Dak in the offense and the little fights and mix-ups and shouting and CP having little battles amongst the OC and DC schemes. That's how we won them 3. We won it in the 90s. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm loving it, bro. Boy, Dak, hey, headhunter. He said Dak coming back to the dark side, man. Boy, Dak want all the smoke, boy. Better stop playing with Dak Prescott, boy. Shoot, put some respect on this man's name. Yeah, Quinn said they walking off because they know we made them look bad on their turf. Yeah, the boys work, man. That boy Dak Prescott, Dak gonna have to give us the full dance on this, man. He gonna give us the full dance. And that, my friends, were the plays of the day for the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully, DallasCowboys.com, they were able to get a lot of footage. So hopefully from DallasCowboys.com, maybe we can actually get the full, maybe they'll give us a really good full video. I'm sure by now they probably dropped some more stuff over there on DallasCowboys.com, but that's going to do it for us today. That's going to do it for us. We got more to talk about tomorrow, even if the Cowboys are off. We got more to talk about. We're going to look at that Stephen Jones, Trey Wingo interview. And on the next Cowboys off day, not tomorrow, but I got something else I've been saving for y'all. Y'all going to really love. Just haven't had the opportunity to play it. But we got plenty of content. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Best chat on YouTube. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate the super chats. Thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate the memberships. Appreciate the subscribers. Man, looking forward to a big season with Cowboys Nation this year. Looking forward to a great season. Yeah, appreciate the Larry Hunter, Deion Jefferson. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, we're gonna try to make these shows even bigger and better as the season goes on. Man, appreciate y'all. Thomas Miller, yes, a battle of attrition. We got to stay healthy. Brandon Cup said the dance is called dealing. Book it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. But again, that's going to be our show. I'm about to go and try to put some burgers on the Blackstone griddle. No lettuce for me. They still tripping with all this, whatever this stuff they got going on out here with this explosive diarrhea. So like I'm going to be just eating cheese, meat, and onions and bread. But nevertheless, about to go put some burgers on the Blackstone griddle. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Best chat on YouTube. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless. Let's talk Cowboys when we talk facts. Peace.